What's going on, everybody? Hope everybody is doing well. Happy Saturday to you all. Um, blessings to everyone. We are fortunate and lucky to wake up another day and being, blessed to be on this earth. Definitely don't take anything for granted. Enjoy the time you have, and be there for your family, friends, and whatever loved ones you might have. Real quick. Currently, it is 80 degrees, going up to a high of 81. Very nice weather, nice little cool breeze. Not too humid outside, so it's a beautiful day in the New York area. Um, Next few days, tomorrow, 83, Monday, 87, sunny, Tuesday, 90, Wednesday, 84, Thursday, 80, and Friday, 80. So nice weather. I mean, except for that 90 is a little hot, but compared to what we've been getting lately, we got to take it and enjoy it for what it is. I apologize for being a little late. As you know, I had to push the show back to a later time today anyway, because I was at memorial service for one of our peoples, John and I, and the rest of the people I know. A really great young gentleman, man. His name was Jamal. Uh, Lynch. We call him Little Horse, and just a fantastic individual. Incredible to see how much his life has impacted so many others. Man, the turnout was incredible. I mean, like, people standing up throughout the whole plate, like everybody sitting, and the people standing up along the sides, people all the way out the door, on the street. I'm like, yo, is that if that doesn't say something about a person's life, if that doesn't tell you how much you impact people and how much your life has meant to others, I don't know what will. This had to be the most incredible memorial service I have ever been to. I mean, it was like I was watching a Tyler Perry movie. I mean, it's literally with the everybody that was there, with the love that they were showing, with the words that they were giving, expressing how they felt about him. And then you had tributes. People went up there and sang. And when I tell you that they sang beautifully, it was like I've never seen it. I've never witnessed this in real life before. It's like you only see this in movies. Like, oh my God. I can't even express how beautiful it was to hear these people singing and their voices. And man, for someone who loves music the way I do, I couldn't believe how great this was. So definitely, unbelievable. Let me get myself off the screen once again. R.I.P. to Jamil Horse Lynch. I call him Little Horse. We call him Little Horse because his brother is Horse, and then his father was Big Horse. It's like a legacy, right? And they all played ball. They all had hops. Just really incredible. And I just want to share one quick thing. I don't want to, I don't know the person who said this at the memorial service. He had a lot of teammates that were there, like, because the thing, if you guys watched when John and I had the show the other day, John mentioned that he tried out for the New York Knicks. He didn't make the big club, but he made like G League club, right? And the gentleman who also made the G League club with him was expressing that when they had tryouts, there was a person, and they all did good, but there was one guy who just looked like he shouldn't have been there, but he was trying. And when they're in the middle of the gym, the suicides, whatever they had going on, when they were running back and forth, Jamil Horse Lynch stopped his training and stopped what he was doing and ran alongside the guy who was struggling, like ran with him. It's like, keep going, let's go, let's get it. Like telling him, to keep moving, keep doing it, just to help him get through his training. So that just, that's just an example of who this young man was to so many, to us, to myself and John, and to the rest of his family and friends. And he will severely be missed. He had a life, and more importantly, he had a legacy. He was a God-fearing young man, and so as I always say to everybody, please take care of yourselves. Don't take things for granted. If you notice anything, definitely go right away to see what's going on. But even if you don't notice anything, the best thing you can do is get yourself checked twice a year at least, and just make sure you're all right. He led a good life. He did the right things, but unfortunately, cancer is something you can't predict. And when it gets you, it gets you. So blessings to him and his family. Once again, R.I.P. Jamal, Little Horse Lynch. Love you, my brother. All right. Um, okay. So let's get back to it, guys. Like I said, I apologize. I didn't even change. I just ran right in here and to get it going because, like I said, I was already late. But I hope everybody's doing okay. Appreciate everybody out there. And let's get it. Okay. So first off, it's you guys know it's been quiet. It hasn't been a lot going on, and the Knicks haven't done a lot officially. Unless I'm wrong, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong. I haven't seen a lot of official press releases when it comes to these coaches, for example. We have seen some press releases with regard to some players, but there's just been it's like kind of dry news time right now. It's very dry, but we got to get through it, man, because this is what the off season is about. It's not always exciting and fun. You kind of got to get through everything that comes along with it. But the big news that everybody's talking about, obviously, is the New York Knicks have extended Mikal Bridges, and he is going to be a part of the New York Knicks team for another 4 years unless something changes. He got a 4-year deal, 150 million. Yeah, I think it's a beautiful thing because it shows that the team is locked in, right? Now, I know some people may have felt a certain way about Mikal's up and down play last year, but then, the other side of it is you've seen how important, how impactful he can be in big moments. He stepped up huge at certain times in the playoffs. He had some great moments throughout the regular season. So the talent is there. It's all we need him to do is be a little bit more consistent. But he definitely is not. He's not somebody that I would say is not worth the money. This is the going rate for a two-way player in the NBA. And he is a two-way player. He just needs all he needs, guys, is consistency. But he's got the goods. This is a statement from Leon Rose. Said we are pleased to sign Mikal to a long-term contract extension and for his commitment to what we are building in New York since Mikal's arrival with us a little over a year ago. He has shown his dedication, professionalism, and winning pedigree on and off the court on a daily basis. Mikal is a unique talent who possesses a skill set and a durability that very few players in this league have, and his abilities on both sides of the court in every game made him a vital part of our team's successes last season. We look forward to his continued growth and development as a part of the Knicks family for years to come. Leon Rose. Yeah, 100%, man. Mikal has the goods. Like I said, it's all about consistency. And if he can, put that stuff together and, do the damn thing, we are going to be a very good basketball team for many years to come. So, we got to see. We got to see where we go from here. But and the other thing I want to state to everyone is Mikal's extension is the going rate for a person of his caliber who has his skill set. So some people I know are a little upset about it because they're thinking, oh, you know what? Now, he had a season where he was inconsistent and we rewarded him. And now we're going to be stuck with that big contract. Guys, he has gotten the going rate for his position, for his skill set. There's not many people that can do what he does at that level in the NBA. As much as, you know, you're going to want to take it for granted, Mikal Bridges is a very good player. He just needs consistency. But as far as what he can do on both sides of the court, he's been at a very high level. So it's not like you can't trade him. And it's not like his contract is an albatross. He's making what people make who do what he does. So don't feel a certain way, guys. I think this is a beautiful thing. I think Mike Brown is going to get the best out of Mikal Bridges. And I think Ricardo Fawaz, his old coach and old development coach at that, who he respects and thinks he credits him for becoming the player that he is, I think that's a great signing for the Knicks. And I think if anybody, those two can get the best out of Mikal Bridges. So I think it's a great move. And I think eventually we're going to look at it and say, I hope the way everything has gone, this is another fantastic move for the organization. And it's not going to limit them into what they want to do going forward. So I think we should feel good about it and look at it as another solid move by the organization, because we have to commit to things, give these players the ability to feel comfortable where they're at. So that's another thing that helps players play better, knowing that they're not in limbo, knowing that they're going to be somewhere, knowing that they're appreciated. That helps. It helps. So yeah, we'll see what happens from here. We also know that the veteran minimum player that we still have money to add hasn't been decided as of yet. I don't know what's going on. Ben Simmons is holding us hostage right now. I guess that tells you a lot, guys. For a lot of Knicks fans who don't want Ben Simmons, apparently the Knicks really want Ben Simmons, because they're not moving until Ben Simmons makes a definitive decision saying that he doesn't want to be a Knick, which shows you how important they think adding him to the Knicks is, which makes me think that we are missing something, guys. We are missing the impact that a guy of his status can have on this team. We know that he's limited because he hasn't really had a chance to play a lot of minutes, to really show what he can do for extended period of time. We know that he has to deal with the scrutiny of New York. But as I've said multiple times, scrutiny. What scrutiny? You played in Philadelphia. Philadelphia is like the worst place to play if you don't want to hear fans get on you. Philadelphia fans are brutal, right? Then he played in Brooklyn. Hello, guys. Where's Brooklyn located? Is not in New York? Like, come on, man. Like what scrutiny is going to be that much different because you have a New York Knicks uniform on? You're going to get it the way, no matter where you at. So I think that's a cop out, and I think he can deal with the scrutiny of New York. It's a microscope that you've already been under in Philadelphia and in Brooklyn. So, and if you went to Boston is just as bad. So what will be the point here? So stop saying it's about no scrutiny. If people want to throw that out there, all this is about him feeling comfortable where he's going to be and playing time, if that's what he chooses. It could be money too, but if he's still considering the Knicks, it's not about the money. The Knicks lore and the thing that's attracting him is the fact that we're playing for a championship. Or at least that's the goal. So, so we'll see what happens. So we got that in the air, and that's still holding up that position. And then coaching side of things, nothing official has been said yet. Ricardo Fawaz, unless I'm mistaken, guys, have you guys seen a press release about Ricardo Fawaz being hired as a Knicks coach? Maybe I missed it. They hired the other gentleman from Sacramento. Now I'm forgetting his name, but I'll get it. I haven't seen an official press release about that either, unless I missed it. And then apparently we're going to be taking one of Tyronn Lue's coaches from his staff and the Clippers, Brendan O'Connor, who's a defensive coach, and adding him to the staff. Once again, that's not official yet, but apparently that's where it's leaning. But still, and that's a good signing as well. But we still have that assistant head coach position available. They still haven't addressed that. So I don't know where we go from here. But the coaching staff itself is rounding out with those hires. If those do become official, are really good hires. You got the Brendan O'Connor, like I said, is a very good defensive coach. We need that. You got Ricardo Foix, who is a very good coach with the developing talent and helping people maximize their skills. We need that. And then the other gentleman, I don't know his specialty, which I'm going to look him up again, and I'll find out his name. So bear with me, guys. I know I mentioned it before, but now it escapes me. So yeah, and then we'll see what we get going forward. But yeah, there's a lot of good stuff to talk about, and you know, we'll see, man. We'll see. Like I said, the off season is quiet, but there's still things happening. Shout out to the chat. Appreciate you guys for bearing with me. Shout out to Shop Powers in the building. Salute to you, my guy. Salute, salute, salute. One half of the Knicks Real Talk crew. Shout out to them. They had a good show the other day too. And my guy Divine, what's going on? Appreciate y'all. Thank you everybody who's tuned in. To those who are on X, to those who are on YouTube, smash the like button. If you're on X or on Facebook, please share out to the rest of you people. Let them know we're rocking. Shout out to my brother Noel Perez on Facebook. Appreciate you, my guy. Salute to you. Andios NYK is in the building. Says, Knick fans, if you're loving the content, make sure to give the like button and click subscribe to the channel. Relax and soak in the experience. Salute to you, Andios, as always. Appreciate you. Definitely go follow Andios on Instagram. He just posted up a post about, as soon as the Mikal Bridges news, he was on it. Like 2 minutes later, he was already posting about it. Shout out to him. Joey Rip 'em Up Sports is in the building. Appreciate you. He says, what up, fam? Appreciate you, my guy. And thank you for being a member of the SKF Army. Shout out to Nostalgic Nick in the building. He says, Ron G. What's going on, brother? He said, congrats to the Iron Man on his contract. That's a fact. Wonder Woman is in the building. Let's go. What up, Wonder Woman? I said, good afternoon, Ron in the chat. Hope everyone is having a great day. Yes, yes. This is a beautiful weather out there, beautiful day. And, you know, from what I just witnessed a little while ago with those memorial services, incredible, incredible. It just put me in a better mood about life and remembering someone who's so special to so many around me. Shout out to Double D in the building. Said, what's up, everybody? What's going on, Double D? He said the summer is almost over, but the weather is beautiful outside. We're inching closer to training camp and preseason. That's a fact. Salute to David Smith in the building. Salute, he said, salute to Ron in the chat on a nice day. Question for Ron in the chat. If Knicks win on an NBA title with Cat, is Cat then the best center in Knicks history? I can't say that. I'm going to say, because the Knicks have won NBA championships before with centers. So does that mean those centers were the best centers in Knicks history? And it depends on how Cat plays. Listen, Cat played great last year. He had a couple moments that, you know, we all want him to be better at. But as far as he had a great year, right? Fantastic year. If he has another year like that and they win the championship, he definitely will be looked at as one of the best centers in Knicks history. And some people might give him that title. I just think that we got to see. We got to see how good he plays. But it definitely could. He definitely could. Shout out to Craig in the building. What up, Craig? Margaret Edwards is in the building. Let's go, Margaret. Said hi, Ron, in the chat. What's going on? Good to see you. David Smith also says, I'm giving Mike Brown a chance, even though he's not my choice, so long as he has Brunson share the ball more with Cat and OG and Anunoby this year. Knicks hardly ever lost a game when at least 30 assists. This is very true. Shout out to Rasul Thomas in the building. What up, Rasul? Says, salute, everyone. Nick Nation is in the building. What up, Nick Nation? Says, salute, salute. Bodega Wi-Fi is here. Salute to the Still Knick fans family. Salute, Bodega. Craig says, Knicks 55 plus wins next season, over or under? I'm going to go right there. I can't say under, and I'm not going over because I predicted 55. So, yes, I'm going right there, 55. Nick Yak in the building says, Russ, I'm showing the protective Mitch bashing that will surely happen. I don't know who's going to be bashing Mitch. Not on my end. I'm not trying to bash him, but, maybe the chat. I don't know. Nick Nation says, my deepest sympathies to you and your family. I appreciate you, Nick Nation. Thank you. Bodega says, sending out prayers to you and yours. Thank you. Appreciate you, my guy. Nick Yak says, sure, it helped the family. Yeah. Craig, are you serious, man? He said, Ron, I think this is the first time I'm seeing you without a hat. Are you, what, hello? Do you not watch Walking and Talking? You comment on it all the time. What do you think is the hat visible to you that I'm not wearing? Oh, man. I don't know, bro. I'm here. Shout out to Randu in the building. Salute Ron into the chat. Appreciate you, Randu. Thank you for being a member of the SKF Army. Salute. Nick Yak says, Leon, don't tell what he's doing. I don't believe anything insiders say, especially Simmons or Westbrook. They're just guessing. I hear you. Buzzer Beater's in the building. What up, Buzzer Beater? Darlene Bryant is in the building. Let's go. What up, Darlene? Says salute, Ron. Miguel P in the building. Salute to Ron and the chat. What's going on, Miguel? Appreciate you. Thank you for being a member of the SKF Army. All right. Sherwin's in the building. What up, Sherwin? He said, good afternoon, all folks. Ron mentioned cancer, but the biggest killer of black people is heart disease. I taught and had a cold that wasn't going away, but it was heart failure. My heart was at 5. Oh my God. Wow, Sherwin. I'm sorry to hear that, brother. Man, that's crazy. Oh, I mean, I don't know how long ago that was, but I hope there's been much time between then and now, and you've rebounded and got a lot better. Wow, that's incredible. I'm sorry you had to go through that, my brother. Man, that's terrible. But you ain't lying. You're right. Cancer is definitely impactful, but heart disease, anything that is also related, heart disease is definitely hugely impactful, that we have to monitor ourselves better. The other thing too is, like, all the other things that affect our body that we actually do have control on by our way we function. And I'm not good at this. I'll be the first to admit I'm terrible. I got to be better at how I eat, how I control my diet, the type of things. I have a sweet tooth. I got issues, and I know that that's bad for me. So I got to do better at it. You know what I mean? So, we got to be diabetes, high blood pressure, all these things, man. We got to take care of ourselves. We take it for granted because, we feel good most of the time. Even when we hear, oh, you might be susceptible to this, or, hey, man, your levels are going up. You're right there, but I still feel good. So that means I'm good. As long as my levels ain't there, I'm all right. No, that's not the way you got to look at it. You should look at it like that's a warning that I have to address, because if I don't address it, I can be in a much worse shape than I think I'm in right now. Because once you start feeling sick, guys, I know it's been up and down. Sometimes I feel okay. Most of the time I feel okay. And then in a couple of days, I'm like, I don't feel that great today. But once you really get to that point where you start feeling sick, there's no turning back. Now you're there. So why don't we listen to ourselves, listen to our bodies, what it's telling us, listen to the people that are trying to warn us about how we take care of ourselves. We got to do better. And I know me personally, I'm 48 years old. I got to do better. I'm trying, but I know it's a uphill battle, man. The sweets keep calling me. They just keep calling. I'm joking about it, but I do have to. It's a real thing. I gotta take it. Be a little bit more serious. I'm drinking water now. You guys know, you see me with this all the time on the show. I'm doing much more of this than I used to. All right. Shout out to Kerry Cox in the building. What up, Kerry? Good to see you. Appreciate you as always. Let me breeze through. Sherwin says we are not trading Bridges or OG. I hear you. Margaret says Ben Simmons is not all that. I mean, hey, I don't think any of us think he's that great of a player, but I think it's his skill set and what he can do and what they think he'll do, being surrounded by this Knicks team and the coaching staff. I think they just, I shouldn't say the coaching staff, because the Clippers had a really good coaching staff and good players, but I think they feel like he'll really be somebody that can help this team. having that guy that can also be a facilitator, a natural facilitator to help Jalen Brunson and Deuce McBride, orchestrate things, when they're out there on the court. And, not for nothing, but his height is something that we might need, guys. Listen, we're a very good basketball team, and we're going to be a very good basketball team next year, but we're still going to have height issues. We've got players that have good height, but we don't know if they are going to do enough to warrant the playing time in Mike Brown's rotation. Ben Simmons, say what you will about him, he has enough skill set to be out there. How much he plays is another story, but he has enough of a skill set that he can be out there on the court helping the team at certain times. And that's what the Knicks think. Not for nothing, outside of everything the man has been, and he's not my favorite character player either. He's gone through a lot. Maybe he's humbled himself. I don't know. But the dude is a 3-time All-Star, if I'm not mistaken. It ain't easy to be an All-Star, and to be an All-Star 3 times is saying something. There is a skill set that's there. Can he get back to that? Probably not. But can he tap into more of it? Maybe. We got to see. And I think that the Knicks are just taking the biggest gamble. Sometimes in life, when you're trying to reach the promised land, you need a little bit of luck. And they're trying to create their own luck by bringing a player on here that's not going to cost us a lot of money. If he's good, great. If he's not good, he's just going to sit on the bench, or they might outright cut him. But we're only talking $2 to $3 million, guys. Even without Ben Simmons, this is still a 55-win team in my eyes. I'm serious about that. I still think they're good enough. But with Ben Simmons, he might give them the extra thing they need to beat teams that give us matchup problems. So I think that's what they're thinking. I look at it like that. Okay. All right. Okay. I'm breezing through. Sorry, guys. Just give me a second. Shout out to No Cap Life's analyst in the building. Said, "Oh, nang." Oh, okay. You meant on a live show. Well, actually, I've done that on a live show too once, but I don't think I stayed that way. But you're right. You might be right, brother. I hear you. Sincere Israel's in the building. Appreciate you. I don't know what you said there, but if it's positive, I'm with it. Shout out to Kareem Grant in the building. Salute everyone. And Ron, good afternoon, bro. What up, Kareem? Good to see you, my guy. Hope you're doing well. M. Gene is in the building. Says, yo, what up, M. Gene? Khalid Pasha in the building said, mark my words, if we get Ben Simmons and he plays 80% of what he was, then we win the championship. I mean, I believe that. I don't doubt that. If Ben Simmons plays at like 80% of what he used to be, oh, yeah. With everything else we got going on, we good. But who knows? Shout out to AP in the building, said SKF. What's going on, AP? Oh, Latoria B is in the building. What's going on, Tori? Salute to you. Let's go. Said Kerry that's been have some kind of mental. No, well, there was some stuff that was going on with him, Tori, at some time, but hopefully he's gotten over that and he's got the right help to help him like deal with certain things, Yeah, who knows, Nick Yak? All these reports, I don't know, man. I'm just gonna let it happen. But something's going on, right? When people say that Ben hasn't ruled out the Knicks as of yet, and the Knicks are still waiting to see what Ben Simmons does, it does look plausible because we haven't signed the veteran person yet. We're still waiting. Shout out to Luke Skywalker Visions in the building. Says Bum Simmons is a cursed Australian league player that will never win an NBA championship. You may be right. I don't know. I hope you're right. Wrong if he comes to the Knicks, though. Wiz says, if we get Ben Simmons and he plays as well as he has over the past years, plus stays healthy, sorry, Mitch Hive, but he becomes expendable. I mean, why? He might, but why? Why can't they just carry out the year and try to win the championship together? Okay. All right. I think I got through everything. So let me just put the link out there just in case if anybody wants to jump on. Nobody really knows what had troubled Ben Simmons, right? And why he dealt with things in the way he did, and why you know, he did suffer from some issues that he needed to get a little bit more help with. But listen, as a human being, think about it like this. I don't know that man. I just know that he carried himself a certain way. He was very cocky, right? He was very cocky. But at the time, coming into the league, a young man, you know, tall, 6'8", whatever, you know, the girls are talking about him. He's running around with a Kardashian. He's an all-star 3 times, feeling really good about himself. He had Philadelphia cooking. And maybe, you know, in some situations that really went to his head. Like he felt like, but not necessarily. I mean, yes, he had an ego, right? But also the fact that you feel you're at a certain level of status, and he's always been there. He was highly touted throughout his young career coming into the NBA. So he's always been the man. You come into even though he couldn't shoot like that, but he was still always the man. You come into the NBA and you're on cloud 9, you're playing at a high level, you got all the fandom, you know, you got you make good money, decent contract, and you're a 3-time All-Star. And then all of a sudden you deal with an injury, right? Everybody deals with injuries, but your injury is a back injury and it affects your game, and you got to sit out time. And then when you come back, you don't even come back the same way you used to come back. Now, instead of being the man, everybody talking about you, everybody wanting to be around you. And to his mind, I'm just saying, this is all speculation. I don't know the man. I'm just saying, I'm trying to humanize him for other people. All this stuff is going on, you know, and now you're rehabbing. Everything seems quiet. You don't have as many people around. Maybe you're not around the Kardashian love the way you used to be. And you just don't feel wanted the way you used to. And now you can't even come back healthy the way you want. Now, like, can you be the same Ben Simmons that you was? Right. And you keep rehabbing, you come back, you get hurt again, or you're not 100% and you're just out. And then now you got issues with the team you're on and you want to get out of there. You don't feel right. Nothing feels like it's supposed to be. Starts to weigh on you. Maybe you get a little anxiety about it. You go from there, and this whole saga a couple years go by with all this, and then you go to Brooklyn, and you hope that you could be the man in Brooklyn, but you can't. Something still don't feel right. But you gotta play the game. I'm an NBA player. I gotta say the right things. I gotta do the right things to get a chance to be somewhere else. Never quite hits where it needs to hit. You never can quite get back to where you need to be, and you can never show people that you are still that player that you used to be. Once again, fame is fickle, guys. And when you want to be famous, or you think you're famous and you act like you're famous, when things start to hit the fan and don't go the right way, and you start to see all the people not showing up for you, and when you need them the most, they're not around, and the celebrity of it starts to wear off, and you're not the biggest thing since sliced bread, and then nobody's really talking about you, nobody's really checking for you, starts to affect your psyche, yo. Especially, and I'm not saying, you know, that he brought any of this on himself or that this is what he was. I'm just telling you, he was kind of cocky. He did act a certain way, which meant he bought into a lot of this. And so when that stuff is not happening, I could assume it would affect your life. I could assume it would impact you mentally and not being able to get healthy the way you used to be. Yeah, that's a lot, man. So I still feel for the young man. And I think he's humbled himself. I think he carries himself better now than he did when he was at the top of his fame. But life be life, and y'all. So I just wanted to put that out there. I don't know. And I do think he's in a much better place. I don't think we should make light of anything. We always talk about, how people got to step up and take care of themselves and their body, but also you got to take care of your mental health. There's a stigma attached to men talking about mental health. Definitely a stigma attached to Black men talking about their mental health. So let's not belittle it or take light of it. We all want to be there for not only ourselves, but our loved ones and other people. And we want people to feel comfortable being able to address any issues they have, because this stuff is serious. No matter what, it doesn't matter what you got. Even if you're a millionaire, if you're dealing with mental health, you're just a millionaire dealing with mental health. The mental health is still there. So, that's all I wanted to say. Let me see here. Juan B is in the building. Oh wait, hold on. I just missed it. Maybe, I don't know. That's separate from other stuff. Juan B says a lot of people don't watch any other team or have information regarding players, just personal opinions and misinformation, no matter who the player is. And that's true. That is true. I hear what you're saying, Wiz. He says, my Mitch statement is based on if we can't agree to an extension before October, another iHeart situation should never occur. That's fair. You don't want to go through that again, then you got to make a decision and make your moves prior to that. Mm-hmm. Yep. Let me see here. What did shout out to Prezi, the boss in the building. He says, if we must get someone from outside, let's take a flyer on Banton if we need this big point guard. That's interesting. That's interesting. Nick Yak says the most Mitch can get from us is 19 per. If we don't sign extension, we can wait. Mitch loves being a Nick. He does. And listen, we give him a lot more leeway here than any other team might give him. Maybe there might be a team, but not the way we've shown him love for the 6 years he's been with us. So. Prezi also said, I don't know why people keep talking about these wash players. We need to get Ben Simmons or Malcolm Brogdon. Why? The best ability is availability, and we keep focusing on what they used to be. I hear you, Prezi. But my whole thing is the only reason why someone like Ben Simmons or even a Malcolm Brogdon comes up now is because we already have our rotation. We got a solid 9 to work with already. Ben Simmons or Malcolm Brogdon would be 10. So, and we could always find somebody else to fill in and put in that position. You're not affecting. It'd be different if we were putting all our chips in these baskets of these guys, and like these guys have to be big players for us to be successful. They don't. If they come out and they can do something for us that takes us to another level, that's great. But I don't think the Knicks organization thinks any of these guys are game changers. These are lightning in the bottle guys. You have your team, and if you can get something out of these guys that can take you over the top, that's what you're looking for. Everything right now is just about, can we add somebody else to this team that can give us more than what we expect? You know what I mean? That can do more than what we can expect and give us an added edge. That's it. That's all it is. We can win without them. We will win without them. But if we had them on the team, could they give us something that we might be missing at a time or two that gives us an added edge? That's all I think it is. And I don't think I'm wrong when I feel that way, because you got to think about it. There's not much we need some stuff, but there's not like a lot we need. That's the reason why we're a championship, contender. That's why have aspirations of being a championship team, because we don't need that much. We do need some stuff, but we don't need that much. I mean, if this Knicks team just goes out there and plays like a team, less individual stuff, less ISO stuff next year, and really moves the ball and makes it difficult for the other team to know exactly what we're doing, we will be great next year without even talking about adding other players. Just putting it out there. We just got to play team basketball. And hopefully Mike Brown can give us that style and take us away from so much of the ISO stuff. The ISO stuff is always going to be there because we got a couple skilled players that can do it well. But the point is learning how to be better than what we were and learning how to make other teams struggle to defend us. Sherwin says, Ron, if we get Ben Simmons, he will start. A healthy Ben Simmons is a top 5 defender in the NBA. Maybe so, but I don't know if he's going to start, Sherwin. I don't know about that. And he may not have to. You know, you got to understand, starting is not that big of a deal anymore, guys. It's all about how you intertwine people, how the minutes get played throughout the game, and, you know, in some cases, who finishes. But I don't think starting matters that much. You know, what is the big difference if the Knicks start a game with Mitchell Robinson or Deuce McBride, and then at the 6-minute point, if Ben Simmons is on his team, they bring him in at 6 minutes, and he comes in and affects the game positively? It don't make a difference. As long as he gets out there and impacts the game, it don't matter if he starts or not. It don't matter if he plays 18 minutes as opposed to playing 24 minutes or 25 minutes, as long as those 18 minutes are impactful. And that's for anybody we get or anybody who might add to the team, right? It don't matter. As long as we need good basketball play. You think those young, men on OKC are talking about, man, if I could play 20 minutes, I could really help the team. No, whatever minutes they get over there, 10 minutes, 12 minutes, they're going out there and they're balling. That's why OKC won the championship. No matter who they brought into their defense, brought into their style of play. With whatever minutes you get, you go out there and you affect the game. That's what we need, man. These guys need to humble themselves, step up, and do whatever they need to do for the team, no matter how many minutes they get. Whenever you get out there, your minutes should be impactful. They should be positive. How can I do something to help the team today? Anyway, we'll see. I got someone backstage. Let me bring my guy up here. Rocking and rolling. You know how we do. Sha, what's going on, my brother?
What's good, Ron, man? What's going on, man? How you? What's going on? Condolences and all that good stuff. I seen your stuff, the little posts and stuff about you, man, and stuff like that. Some condolences.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you. Yeah, man. Life is short, man. You never know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, man.
Day, bro.
Yeah.
So we gotta.
Yeah, I know.
The way it is. So how are you feeling on this beautiful Saturday, man? The weather is so nice. I had to think about it twice. I'm like, do I? But you know,
I'm good, man. I went out for a little bit. I walked around. You know what I mean? Ran some errands. Came back in the crib, making some shirts and stuff like that, and getting some stuff together. And was waiting for you to come on, and that's pretty much what my Saturday was looking like today. You know what I mean? And I'm glad to be on with you.
Hey man, appreciate you as always. Definitely good show the other day. I got to catch bits and pieces of it. I was working, I work from home on certain days in the week, and I was working, doing some extra stuff, watching y'all, man. So good show as always.
Yeah, man. You know, only big thing. I mean, we're glad that we signed Mikal. I mean, I thought we would probably do that. I mean, there's still a way if Giannis already said that he was going to stay, but there still was another couple of ways that they could have got him if they really wanted him. And I'm glad that they signed him, man, with a different coach, a little less minutes. You know what I mean? Let's see what he can really incorporate. You know what I mean? And and the big talks about all these veteran. I mean, these guys out here and stuff like that. You know, I don't know why people killing Ben Simmons. He's not my first choice, but he's a very good choice. You're gonna, you know, spend $2 million and see if he's worth it. I mean, $2 million. I mean, what, $2-3 million? Come on, man. And he's 6'8". What are you telling me, that he can come over here with guys that can knock down the shot and he's not going to have 6-7 assists? I got him starting. I put him in the starting unit. I mean, yeah, in my opinion, he made the starting unit go. Mitchell Robinson, you substitute 2 non-shooters, and you put Mitchell Robinson in the second unit. Yabusele have to eat some minutes, and let's get it.
Yeah, I mean, you could do it multiple different ways, and then I'm not opposed to it. You know, he could be a starter or he could come off the bench. I do see that, you know, maybe if he was on this team, having him as a starter takes a little bit of the load off of Jalen Brunson, allows him to be a little bit more free. So I could see that part of it, right? And he becomes a matchup problem because he has handles. He can get up and down the court. He's got, oh, and I keep saying 6'8". I'm sorry, I forgot he's 6'10".
Yes.
So yeah, so his height is definitely something that is tough to deal with. Yes, we know
he could really switch 1 to 5. I really, at first, my big choice was Brogdon, but after doing a little bit more research and seeing Brogdon hasn't really been that healthy over the last 5 years. He hasn't played more than 60, I think it was 65 or 67 games or something like that. I started, you know, thinking about Ben Simmons, man, 6'10" guy that can play up and down, 1 to 10, can definitely rebound the basketball. I mean, he could start, or you could finish. You could still start Mitch, or you can bring Deuce in now. You know what I mean? You could bring Deuce in to start now and have him come off the bench, him and Clarkson in the backcourt in the second unit. You know, you ain't gonna worry about Ben Simmons shooting with Clarkson on the court. You know what I mean? So, you know, those are some things that you can think about and stuff like that. I think if they could get him, if he wants to come here, I think it could be a good acquisition.
Yeah. And you know, another thing that you think about, like I said, some things are bigger than the game, right? You know, we know Ben has been dealing with certain things, but the other thing I wanted to say is, let's not forget, guys, this New York Knicks team is a high character team. We got some good dudes over here. So maybe putting Ben around good dudes like Jalen Brunson, Josh Hart, being around Mikal Bridges again, you know, might help him. He might be in a much better or a locker room for his health, his mental health, and, you know, really help him be comfortable with guys who not only enjoy playing the game, play it at a high level, but they're good people, right? So that might help him too, you know, and that might also put him in a situation where he starts to love the game again. You know, I'm not saying he was around bad people. I'm just saying, let's call a spade a spade. The Knicks have stayed away from bad character guys for the most part. They've invested in high character people. So this is how it can pay off for you. Just a thought. I'm just throwing it out there. You know, I'm being the devil's advocate of how there's good things to this, and how the best thing I keep saying, no matter what we're saying, and Shah is saying the same thing, guys. If he comes here, the writing is on the wall. And that's the reason why I think that if he's still considering the Knicks, he hasn't necessarily done it yet, because he knows the Knicks already got their 9 players. Could he be a part of the team? Yes. But he ain't coming here to be the savior. He's not coming here to get a lot of minutes. He might get a lot of minutes, but I'm saying he's not coming here guaranteed.
Right. He might end up with more minutes.
Right. We got guys here. So he knows that, and I guess that's what he's considering. But understand, the flip side is, if he comes here, he knows what it is. He knows what it is. So he just got to get in where he fits in, and he might fit in nicely. And if he can, listen, I'm going to tell you guys right now, this is what keeps intriguing people. I know I've seen the worst of Ben Simmons. I get it. But if you can tap into what he does well and add that to this New York Knicks team, we are going to be flying. That is the truth. If we can get the good Ben Simmons, doesn't have to get the great. He was great. If we can get good Ben Simmons with this Knicks team, oh man, sky's the limit. So
if we could get I take Ben Simmons, because the more time that he gets to playing with a team that can really execute, he knows what it is. I mean, he hasn't got a ring. I don't believe he has a ring. So I know he sees that this team is striving for a ring. So I know that must be something in his mind. Can he bring himself good enough to be that guy that what is the word am I looking for? The bigger piece. You know, that diamond in the rough. You know what I mean? He come in here and be that thing like, oh man, Ben Simmons came here. That's his son. Because if he comes here and performs, his next contract, he might still get a double-digit contract from here. You know what I mean? He's getting a small contract. Now he's got one of the biggest contracts back in the days. He had, what was it, 200 million? He had one of the biggest contracts back in the days, a couple of years back. Well, he got a big contract. But anyway, make it small, he could get another, he can still extend his life as an NBA player at 29 if he comes over here and plays with the New York Knicks and he executes. You know what I mean? If he gets a ring here, he'll probably sign for almost nothing again. 10, 12 million hours. He'll probably stay here again. It's not, I mean, I'm not saying this for money, but he got a, I mean, I'm not digging in nobody's pocket. I ain't trying to say how much of a bag he got and all that stuff, but he do got a bag. You know, if you get a ring at New York, that's like with Mitch. You get a ring, I don't think you're looking for $25 million no more. I think you take 17, 16, 15, something like that. You want a championship team, and it's a team that you've been with for a little bit of time. You come over here and he execute in that second unit, or end up starting in the first unit. Who knows?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. I agree. I'm just looking at some Ben Simmons workout highlights, and I know, guys, I don't even want to show them to y'all because y'all gonna be like, well, this is practice with no defense, you know, no fans. I get it, but the point that I'm looking at when I look at this is that when he is just able to gather his thoughts and go out there and shoot, the jump shot look good. It's splashing net. It's not like nasty shots. I mean, he's wet in the net, right? But it's all about keeping your focus. Can the Knicks work with Ben to be able to keep his focus so that way he can go out there and get back into loving basketball? Because the whole thing about being a good shooter or being good at anything takes focus, right? It's repetition. It's and when it comes to shooting, it's about form and keeping the same shot angle, no matter what's going on, no matter the defense, no matter the fans screaming at you. You got to keep being locked in with that same shot, that same form. That's how you get the same results. I could never. I was pretty decent as a shooter growing up, but I could never like get to that high level that the greatest shooter is like, you know, they don't miss. So I could never do that because maybe I lack the strength in my brain to focus that much. How can the Knicks, if he came here, help him get back to that supreme focus, just blocking everything out? The rim, my shot, that's what I'm trying to do. I don't hear nothing else. That's and maybe the Knicks feel confident that if they could just have him get back to the love of the game and focus on that, they can get this type of, you know, action out of him, this type of production. I don't know. We'll see. You know, I said I wasn't going to do it. I'm going to do it anyway. Why not? I know it's all hypothetical. Yeah. We've seen Mitch hit threes. I get it. I know. All right, Craig, I'll show it. All right. Hold on. Here we go. All right. Here we go. Yeah. Why not? You know what I mean? Like, it's just all about focus. Let me get this up here. Squeeze me. Mm-hmm.
Show it, Ron.
I'm showing it. All right. Here we go. So this is him. You know, he's in good shape. Look at that shot. That's wet. Look at him. Good form. It's wet. I mean, granted, when you're in the game, you don't have a lot of time to square yourself as good. But he, you know, if he can just focus, right, and forget the defender. He's 6'10". He shoots over most defenders. He can do this.
Left-handed.
I know this is slow and you don't have the pressure of somebody coming at you, but it's the whole point. If he could just focus, he could do this. I mean, some of these, he is splashing the net. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, buddy.
This is the best I've ever seen him shoot, like with his form, the way it looks. It's not the great, like there's lefties who have beautiful form. This ain't the most beautiful form because it's a little off, but it's good for him. This is the best I've ever seen him with a form shoot. So you gotta take it for what it is. It still looks pretty good.
Come on, man. Bring that to New York right there. The change, see what he could do. The difference with him right now is if he could come and execute anything that looks like that right there, Ron. Anything that looks like that right there. Hold on, let me come on. Anything that looks like that right there. That just if he could. This one of the reasons why I say starting because switchable defense. Him, Sims, Mikal, and OG can help cover up what Jalen Brunson and Cat deficiencies are. Weak on the wings. And I mean that he rebounds the basketball, he can assist the basketball. And if he can make those shots like that, you're talking about if he can get a low triple-double every night. Come on, man. 8 points, seven assists, 9 rebounds. You know what I mean? Damn near soft triple-double every night. With those guys on the front court, that'll make Jalen Brunson even better. One thing that hindered Jalen Brunson so much last year, especially in the playoffs, was the half-court line. When you get it towards half court, that's when everybody converged on him. Everybody's attacked him at that half-point line. He had nobody to give the ball to help him distribute the ball. The high pick and roll would be real high up on the pick and roll, top of the key and stuff like that. Things that would, if you bring Simmons in, one thing that we missed from not so much shooting from DiVincenzo was his on-ball pursuit and his pushing the pace and stuff like that. We missed that because that gave Jalen Brunson time to set up to use his three-point shots. Usually last year, and maybe it's just me watching too much basketball, but a lot of Jalen Brunson open three-point shots was in the corner, and a lot of them was after timeouts or foul shots. You know what I mean? It was breaking the action. It wasn't it wasn't fluid. You know what I mean? It wasn't like they was coming down and they throw it to Jalen Brunson catching, and then I mean, a lot of them was him dribbling the ball, get the ball out, get the ball back, dribble the ball, where everybody at, instead of somebody let him get free, bring the defense on them to so they can converge and kick the ball out to your shooters. I mean, I think that's going to be a big, big thing for their offense this year to come into fruition because we got the shooters. OG 30-something%, 38%. Mikal 38% from the corners. Jalen Brunson 38, 39, 40%. Cat he needs to shoot 10, 12 3-pointers a night. That's what I think. But if with Cat playing, if Mitch is starting, he'd do another 6, 7, 8. He could get up to 40%. That's where it's at, man. And now we have shooters in the second unit too. So let's get it, man.
Yeah. No, I mean, I hear you. Listen, there's definitely some stuff that we can do if things can work out the right way and if we can get right. We might just have to. I don't know, man. I know I've been up in the air and on the fence about it, but I don't know. And shout out to Miguel P. Ben was traumatized by. You know what? Ben P just reminded me, and I forgot about this, guys. That was very traumatic for Ben as well. Ben was traumatized by Doc Rivers, who threw him under the bus for the playoff series loss. Right. He was so young that I can't believe you don't understand.
I try to stay out of that saying that.
Yeah, like guys,
that was big. They was on national TV talking about him and laughing at him.
That was.
I'm sorry, Sims. I hope that but that's what they did. I didn't think that was good then. I was like, oh man, that's bad. Don't get me wrong.
He was bad. Like he couldn't. Yeah. He was so devastated that he didn't even want to take a layup, bro. He was wide open and didn't want to shoot the ball. Yo, that's not. Come on, man. You gotta know how bad that his psyche was at that time. That he didn't
broke him, man. I said this a couple of nights ago, man. It broke everything, and it twisted him up a little bit. Then he got hurt. Now he got it in the head, and now his body hurt. His body hurt, and it's in the head now too. Now he gotta come back from both of these things now. But he's older now. He's been in the league a long time. You know what I mean? His back still acts up a little bit of stuff like that. But the Knicks ain't looking for him to play 82 games. If we could get 60 games from him, 58 good games from him, something like that, plus the playoffs. That switchable defense with him, Mikal, and OG at the top, where you got hide Brunson now, man, that's gonna be killer dilla, man. Any
Mm.
one of those guys could pick up a 2 or 3 or 4. You know what I mean? Some of them can pick up 5s. You know, OG could pick up a 5. Sims, if you there, he could pick up a 5. You know what I mean? They can pick up 5s. You know what I mean? It just changed the whole the dynamic of their defense now. I mean, they don't have to struggle about keep going over and under picks and not getting around picks. If you watch Mikal last year, everybody's like, his defense and all this stuff. I think he never went through that many picks. You know what I mean? Tibbs' style of basketball on defense is playing the one-on-one, you know what I mean? And to get over. If you could just switch over or I forgot the name that they call it, bio cutting or whatever that name of that thing that they talking about, that's what we need right now. That's the new league. This ain't Patrick Ewing days when we switching and I mean going over the cut and going under the cut and knocking people over, hitting people with our forearms. We ain't doing that no more in the league, just like that. So if that's the change, then let's make it happen.
Yep. David Smith says Embiid also threw Ben Simmons under the bus. Terrible. Yeah, but let me tell you something.
Yeah, both of them.
Embiid,
the coach and Embiid. Yeah,
Embiid is not the dude to be doing. The Embiid is so fortunate that he has such a high level of talent that Philadelphia was willing to wait for him, and they were willing to tank for him so much that they obviously had to change the rules because they were tanking at the highest level. He's fortunate that the team was able to tank at that level to get the players they got to put around him and that they waited for him because he was dealing with some really terrible injuries. And we know, like, look, I mean, character-wise, Embiid is not the greatest person either. You know what I mean? So that's terrible though. And actually, David, you should be hoping that the Knicks get Ben Simmons because that will definitely help Cat. Like Ben Simmons is the type of guy you want on the team to help Cat get the ball more and in different spots. So yeah, I wouldn't say it's a pipe dream as of yet. I mean, it could happen and it could definitely help Cat. So we'll see. Let me see. Let me put another one up there. Now you guys got me all in the bag now. Here we go. Now I know this is with the Nets. I get it, but this is still after Philadelphia. He had already dealt with some injury issues. So, and this is not him at his highest level, but still impactful. Right? Here's getting a little rebound there, put back with the right hand. You know, moving around a little bit, little something. Passing it out, getting a little quick shot, boom, whatever. Okay. Look at how quick he got off that and put him with a little body and then still took it out. Like, I mean, that's the bad part that he was right there at the rim and won't shoot, but it is what it is, right? Backing down a little bit. Here he's got a little right-handed hook shot. Hey, okay. Right here, getting the rebound, tapping it out. Hey, let's see, make something happen. Watch out now. Din with a D. Pushing it up the court. Look at that pass. Hey, I see you. Oh, get it, young fella. Let's go. Out here, the break. Out to him for the alley. He ain't really up there dunking it like that, but he's laying it up. Okay. Little quick pass. I mean, these are simple passes, but the point is he moves the ball around. He makes stuff happen. Oh, watch yourself. You didn't see it? Hey, okay. Out here with the defense. I'm 6'10". You see it? Blocked. Oh, watch yourself. I still got a little something. Oh, you ain't ready. This is Brooklyn Nets days, okay? This is already after he's already been dealing with injuries. All right, ball, a little fake handoff. Didn't give the handoff. Didn't set the screen. Hey, get that, young fella.
That's all I'm talking about right there, man.
See?
With the guys we got?
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. Like, you know, just little things like that will help this team in the movement because we are very stagnant when it comes to stuff. And we are trying
Didn't he play with Mikal too?
Yeah, Mikal was there with him. Yeah.
So there you go.
So I'm just saying, guys. I mean, listen. It's not the pick that everybody will want, but we don't know what we're going to get from anybody we add with that pick. So you know, it's a chance. It's a chance. I mean, I want Landry Shamet, but some people don't want Landry Shamet. I don't know why, but okay. Listen, it is what it is.
I like Landry Shamet. The reason why I didn't say it, I don't want him is I don't think he's going to get no minutes. But then again, he might. get in front of those the 11 and 12 guys, Tyler Kolek and Pacone. You know, he might get in front of those two guys. You know what I mean? Because he's a veteran. So he might be the 11th man, and those other two guys will be pushed back to 12 and 13th or something like that. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So, but spot minutes for him. I mean, if you want to come here and he stay here, I'm not opposed to it. But I think the Knicks, you know, I want a big guard. If we get a guard, I want a big guard. That's another reason why I wanted Brogdon, 6'5" guy, could play defense. Used to be a 50, 40, 90 type of dude. You know what I mean? Can score the basketball, shoot the three, lay the ball up, pass the ball, all those good things that we all looking to do. So that's one of the reasons why I liked him. But I don't want to go and get somebody small because we're already small enough. We got Jalen Brunson. That's enough. You know what I mean? We got Deuce McBride. That's enough. I mean, let's get somebody 6'7", 6'5", 6'6". I don't know if what's his name? Coffee. The forward guy that played with Brown before.
Amir Coffee. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I something to look at, but where he's going to play minutes at? Where he's going to get minutes at over Josh Hart? You know what I mean? Or is he going to get minutes over Clarkson or Yabusele? Because those positions that you're going to have to play him in. So I don't see that happening. You know, well, only if we get a move. I hope. I mean, I'm more starting to lean more towards Simmons now. If that's the pick that I mean, I'm okay with PJ Tucker. We want to get PJ Tucker because I think we got a 10-man rotation. Plus, we still have minutes for Tyler and Pacone now. If we put PJ Tucker, you know what I mean. Now PJ Tucker could be all the way at the end, and now every so often we could, you know, put those guys in to get a little bit of burn or something like that because. We get another guy, those guys are going to be pushed back to 13, 14, 12, 13. You know what I mean? So,
yeah, I think, I mean, I like the whole PJ Tucker thing too, because I think that he helps the team and I think he's a great influence on guys. But I think the flip side is we were really fortunate last year, bro. I mean, this past year.
Yeah, healthy wise, yeah.
We have to deal with the injuries. So, and we can't know for certain that that's not going to happen this year. So I think they need to have as many workable, good, healthy player bodies out there as they can, because you never know if you're going to need to call on somebody. So that's the only thing I worry about. I'd rather have it than not have it and not be able to get it. Cause you know, once we go into the season, our money's going to be dried up. We ain't going to be able to do anything. So I'd rather have as much as we can have that we can play if we need to. The flip side is like a guy like Coffee or even Ben Simmons. Nick Yak says whose minutes has been taken to do all this. Mitch is more important to us than Ben would be. Just because of the height doesn't mean necessarily that those are the minutes that they're going to pull extra from. I think that if anything, the people's minutes that would suffer would be Deuce. But, you know, that's why Deuce has to earn his minutes. And after what we saw this past season, Deuce needs to earn his minutes. You know what I mean? He played good defense in the playoffs, but his offense was lacking. And we need more. If we're going to try to win a championship, we need more out of. We gave up Dante DiVincenzo. We needed Deuce to step up. We needed extra points from somewhere. So Deuce has to be that. And if we're not going to get that, then we need some type of versatility in a guy like a Ben Simmons could give. The flip side is you might say, I said it could affect Josh Hart's minutes. Josh Hart was averaging around 36, 37 minutes, 40 minutes, whatever it was. I don't think Josh Hart needs to play that many minutes anyway. I think Josh Hart actually needs to play less minutes to be a little bit more effective. Josh Hart has taken a little bit of a back seat with regards to his defense because one, he's cheating all the time trying to get us rebounds because we didn't have enough rebounding on the team. And two, because of the lack of defense in certain circles, he's also cheating to help out, and which is affecting him and his own man, helping cover somebody else's man when you should be focused on your man, but you can't because, you know, we have some liabilities. In this new system from Mike Brown and what we're trying to do, maybe that focus will change. He doesn't have to worry about drop coverage and other things to help out other guys. He can really be a little bit more offensive minded. He can still focus on getting rebounds. He may not have to cheat as much to help out. And so therefore, and plus I just think Josh Hart was tired, man. I mean, I don't care if he can do it. We saw that the minutes affected the play. So maybe instead of playing high 30, almost 40 minutes, get him to around 32, 30 minutes. It doesn't matter. You do whatever you need to do for the team. I take minutes away from that. Take minutes away from Josh. Take some minutes away from Deuce, and take some minutes, that you might have available for the flow of the game. Whatever comes naturally. The game, is going to happen a certain way, and the minutes will just come the way they come. That's it. Right. And every game is not going to be cut in stone. Like if he plays 18 minutes one game, don't mean he's playing 18 minutes the next game. He could play 12 minutes the next game. Whatever the game dictates is how his minutes will happen. I think that's the way it should be looked at. And I think that's kind of how Mike Brown's going to play it, because he wants to play a certain way, and he wants guys to get after it, but he wants them to be healthy and give their all. The other thing we talked about with Josh Hart, some people have mentioned it. Josh Hart sometimes loafs. You know why he loafs? Because he's saving his energy, because he has to play so many damn minutes. Play a little less minutes, and we'll get more impact and more effort from Josh Hart. We want all out Josh Hart for less minutes. That's what I'm thinking. Craig says if Simmons is in New York training, the deal might be dropping next week. We'll see. I don't know. Bodega says Ben, Lyles, or Shamet in that order. Okay. I like Lyles too. I mean, definitely Mike Brown is familiar with them. Hey, L, damn it, is in the building. Let's go. Pew, pew. Pew, pew, pew. Shout out to you, L. Appreciate you. Hope you are doing well. Part of the SKF Army. Salute. Okay. Josh was off on the Pacers series. He was. He had a really tough time. Sherwin says Ben will make the players go from 35 minutes to 30. Josh's biggest problem is size. I'm cool with that. I think that's where these guys should be at. 30 to 32 minutes is where they should be. Stop the 35 and more. As I said before, to me, it's not about guys getting injured. It's about effectiveness. The more you play a guy every night, the less effective they're going to be. They need to play less minutes to give you more impact, give you more effort on defense, and be at their best on offense. We'll see. I wouldn't be mad at that either, Wolverine. Limit Josh minutes to 25 minutes per game or trade him. 25 minutes is fine for Josh. 30 is great, but 25 is fine too. Josh is not – the way we use Josh as an impact player is because of necessity. You know what I mean? We needed the most minutes out of Josh because we didn't have anybody else better to put out there. And that's not a knock on Josh. Josh knows who he is. Josh knows he's a defensive player who's a great rebounder, and he can give us a little offense. But he knows what his limitations are. A guy like that really should not be playing 30-plus minutes on an NBA team. He should be around 30 or a little less, but he still have good impact. He's a solid, if not great role player. But that don't mean you play 30-plus minutes. You know what I mean?
You don't start him again this year, Ron?
No, not at all. Not gonna do it. Yeah, I like him though, but I just don't think he should be starting. I think he should be coming off the bench.
I think his minutes come down dramatically. I don't think he gets, like we was just talking about this last night. The Knicks last season, it was like number 1, number 3, number 4, 8, 9, 14. These guys was playing heavy minutes. And I mean, top playing in the league of over 400 players, or how many, 300 and something, how many players it is in the league, and the G, whatever it is. That's a lot of minutes. You know what I mean? That's a lot of minutes. So let's get them down to effective minutes. I think that's the whole scheme this year, because with effective time, last year I looked at it as effective time. When they were effective, they played in spurts. They played defense in spurts. They play offense in spurts. They'll run 15, 20 points on you real quick and shut you down on defense for 2, 3, 4 minutes. And I mean, a road to get the lead or cut back from being down by 14, 15. The team was very, they did that a lot last year. So I think that will continue to do that and build off of that now, because now they have people, so these guys don't have to play those many minutes, those excessive minutes like last year. Back down to 31 minutes or so, where you could see Clarkson coming in and getting 28 minutes or something like that. Josh Hart 28, 30 minutes. If Ben Simmons come here, gets 18 minutes or something like that. Deuce 22, 24, 26 minutes. Javaselli, Hakaparty, 18, 20 minutes apiece. 18, 18, something like that or something like that. It'll give some flow and some fluidity with the team, and then we'll get to see what the young guys or the second year guys that we have on the team have. Because now if we can do like we did last year and score heavy baskets with our starting unit last year scored about 100 points a game. If we could limit, if our second unit could come here and give us, we were screaming for 20 points last year. If they come in here and give us 30 points this year, we'd be a different team. Different wicked team.
Yeah, we would. And listen, I say this about Josh. Like I said, I really appreciate Josh. Josh is my favorite player on the Knicks. And I'm still saying he needs to come off the bench and play 30 or less minutes. So it's not about anything other than what's best for the team. And I think what's best for him and the team. What's best for the team is that he plays 30 minutes or less. And what's best for him is that he plays 30 minutes or less. Because guess what? You get impact, Josh. You get full throttle, Josh. Josh affects the game, man. But a guy who's playing 35, 40 minutes don't affect the game the same way. He's an energy guy. How do you keep your energy? By playing, a certain level of minutes. That's how you can control your energy and give the best. So I hope Mike Brown and the rest of his coaching staff understand that about him. And I hope the Knicks organization tries to put that towards him and he gets it. Because the other thing too is like what took place in that Indiana series puts a bad cloud over Josh. Like all of a sudden, everything that Josh did, Josh had, if not, I think he did. Josh had his best season in the NBA this past season, right? We overlook it. The dude he was averaging like 14 points, like almost 10 rebounds, like around 4 assists or 5, close to 4 assists, I think, maybe a little over 4 assists, something like that. This is the best Josh has ever been. And we look at it like, oh man, Josh, man, we need to move on from Josh. And Josh was great this year. It's just when we got to that playoff series after playing all of these minutes and then going up against a team that moved the ball so effectively and believed in themselves a certain way, we had no answers for them defensively. And they had great answers for us. They decided to trap and blitz us and make us make some really tough decisions. We all know that Josh Hart is already kind of erratic with the ball. He already throws the ball all over the place. Now you go with a team's game plan that says, you know what? We want to force them to make a lot of passes, make them make tough decisions. And the thing about the Knicks offense was that we were so predictable. Everybody knows this. Tibbs' offense is predictable. And even our movements down to our top players are predictable. When Jalen Brunson would get trapped or blitzed in a certain spot, we already know where he's going to pass the ball. When these guys turn off the corner and do their little curls under the baseline, they've seen the play 100 times. They know exactly where the pass is going. That's why we were so predictable and we looked terrible. So hopefully we can change a lot of that, man. We can change a lot of that and give us a little deception. Go out there, move the damn ball, believe in each other as teammates, right? And let's make it difficult for these teams to stop us. They already had a hard time stopping us. We were top 5 in offense in the league. Imagine if we move the ball, right, and make them work out there. They won't know what to do against the Knicks. That's what I'm saying.
We all talked about it, on the post and the pre-games and stuff like that about how our offense is, and when we get to 30 assists and stuff like that, the team is elite. We know that, and I believe that the things that we will see this year will be those things that were more lackluster last year. They'll be spit shine this year. They'll be, ready to be out there to be witnessed, because I think this team doesn't need much. And I don't want to take away from this, but this was only the first year that Mitchell Robinson played with Cat. Cat played with Mikal. Mikal played with Jalen Brunson again. or Josh Hart again. You know, this was the first year for all of that stuff, for him to work with Deuce and stuff like that, with Cat to work with Landry Shamet, you know what I mean? Precious Achua to work with Landry Shamet, you know? So, you know, these guys didn't play, and they still, you know, got to the accomplishment of 51 wins, you know what I mean? 2 games away from the finals, you know what I mean? So, I mean, you know, that's good. You know what I mean? Any other team, you would have been like, nah, there, you got, yeah. You know, we before the beginning of the season, I remember doing podcasts and stuff like that. And everybody said, I'd be happy if we make it to the playoffs. If we can make it to the playoffs this year, we did that. We did exactly what a lot of people said we were going to do. We did it. So why you not happy about it? I was. I wanted more. Of course, as a Knicks fan, I wanted more. I wanted to go all the way. Of course, I wanted more. To be so close, because you don't know the next year. You never know what's going to happen next year in the NBA and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So, you know, we were close enough that we could have had it, and we just couldn't get there.
Yeah, no, that's a fact. That, Sha, you were not lying. That's exactly what happened. Like, we have to be thankful and appreciate the strides that this team is doing every year. Look, I know, guys, I know this year was a tough one because we saw it open up for us.
Right.
But we have been better every year. So the expectation is to continue to get better. We're not going backwards. We can't afford to. All right. So we got to keep getting better. So next year, we got to get into the Eastern. I mean, this year, should I say? I keep saying next year. It will be next year. It's going to be 2026, but it starts this year. We got to get into the Eastern Conference Finals. And for a lot of people, it's championship or bust. In my mind, in my eyes, it's NBA Finals or bust. I can't say that we guaranteed to win a championship. I don't know who we're going to play in the NBA Finals if we get there. We don't but if we get there, that's we have a good shot, because that is not easy to get to the NBA Finals. If you can get there, you got a shot. And if this Knicks team, with everything that's happening, don't you guys notice that every single year, no matter what happens with this team, no matter who we add, no matter what's going on, every year we always talk about other teams. Oh, hey, man, well, you know, Atlanta got better. Orlando's going to be healthy. We always downplaying the Knicks, man. So, come on, man. Let's root for our team and don't worry about nobody else out there. Let them worry. I keep saying this. This is my new thing. Let them worry about us, okay? Let them worry about us. Because that's the bottom. The Knicks are a good team now, and they're going to be better next year. This is the rest of the NBA got to start worrying about us. And none of that, what we saw last year, 0-10 against the top teams in the league. No, it's not happening this year. I'm telling you right now, 0-10 is not happening against the best teams in the league this year coming up. 100%. I'm not betting no money because I ain't really a gambler like that, but I'm telling you, it's not happening. Even if we do struggle with certain teams at certain times, there's going to be times where we get them. We're going to get them. So keep in mind, it's going to be a new year. It's a new day. I'm ready. I'm hyped.
I mean, if you're a Knicks fan, you already see what we didn't have last year, the start of last year, what we're going to start the year with this year, knock on wood. Mitchell Robinson this year will be starting, not either in the starting unit or in the second unit, but he'll be on the team this year at the start of the season. We also acquired Yabusele. Good guy, can play some defense, can grab some rebounds, can definitely throw it on you, and definitely has an outside shot, something that we wanted from Precious Achua. He is Precious Achua-like with a three-point shot. You know what I mean? And we got Clarkson, a guy that can really turn it up. And like I always say, when you come to New York, like he's coming to New York right now, he wants to make a payday. He wants to get another payday. He's going to come here, and if he comes over here and becomes the sixth man of the year, you think the Knicks are going to be able to keep him next year? If he come over here and be the sixth man of the year on the New York Knicks, you think he's going to be the New York Knicks next year? Unless we win the championship. If we win the championship, we might bring him back. But you think so? I'm just saying, this is what can happen if you come here and you perform. New York stage is a big stage. If you perform on this, just like this song says, if you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. If you come here in New York City, Ben Simmons and now Clarkson, if Clarkson come here and get 16 points in the second unit 5 assists, 4 rebounds, and 2 steals, and electrify the Garden in 2 or 3 games this year with 40 points. You think he ain't gonna? You think he gonna? You think you're gonna be here next year for 3.2? Well, how much money you getting this year? $2.5 million. So
No,
let's be satisfied with what we got for right now. So let's hope that this is the year that we can get this thing, because it looks real good. It's all in our favor right now. We got a solid 10-man rotation. We got a guy that wants to extend the rotation, and we got guys that's ready to play some basketball. You see some of these guys out here right now. You see the picture of Cat and Mitchell Robinson. These guys looking diesel. These guys look like they went up to Attica. Like, I mean, I said that last night. They looking like I did when I used to be like 21, 22. Man, I'm just saying. That's incentive. You've seen a lot of these guys out here shooting the basketball. Jalen Brunson, all these guys already out there. Deuce McBride, they already out here practicing already. They're already ready to get ready because they know they were so close. They didn't want to get closer. And they got a team this year with a solid bench, staying healthy. Ooh, man, this could be one of the best years the Knicks had in a long time, man.
very true. And you know, I get it, y'all. I know everybody, all these teams got better. Detroit got better, Orlando, Atlanta, the Cavs are already better. I get it. There's teams that got better.
We got better too.
But that don't mean the Knicks didn't get better.
We got way better.
And this is what I still think that y'all are not getting. Y'all don't know what the Knicks are gonna be this year. You gotta see it. Y'all haven't seen it yet. I'm telling you, I know it's hard to wrap your head around it because you can only, it's like me when whenever you go apartment hunting or a house hunting, I guess you walk in and you see a blank room and I'm like, I can't see it.
Yeah. Can I put it together?
I'm not one of them people. I can't. You better give me a furnace. I remember one time I almost bought a house with everything. I almost took the furnished house. I said, how much it is for the stuff? Because I can't see it. So I'm like, you know what? Y'all gotta witness and see what this Knicks team is and understand we're gonna be different. The defense ain't gonna be as defensive. We're gonna be offensive. How is this going to play out? How are we going to move? How are we going to run? How are we going to get around? How's the ball going to move? How are we going to start, getting things orchestrated, the schemes? Like I already talked about it the other day on Walking and Talking. Shout out to DJ Ace on X. He's a very good Knicks fan, a very smart guy. He likes breaking down X's and O's and stuff and looking into how the game is played. And one of the things he put up there was Mike Brown's style of offense. It's not Mike D'Antoni's style, but it has its own little similarities to it, right? Mike D'Antoni's style, you guys remember when he was with the Knicks and where he's coached other places as a head coach, it's 7 seconds or less, right? Get the ball up the court and make your move, have it happen in 7 seconds or less. That way you still got a bunch of time left on the shot clock. You can get an offensive rebound and get more time to put something back up, but you're scoring and you're getting more possessions and making the defense react fast.
Play harder, yeah.
Yeah. Because that's what he had to do. Because a lot of Mike D'Antoni's teams didn't have no defense, right? So he's like, I'm gonna put pressure on them offensively, so that way they work harder on their end, and it takes away from their offense. So we don't have to work as hard to stop them because they're a little tired and winded because we're putting the pressure on them. That's an interesting strategy, right? But Mike Brown's thing is when the offense is being created, when you get down the court. When you pass the ball, it's 0.5 seconds or less, right? That means you got 0.5 seconds to get to the hole. Get the ball, get to the hole. So that's his style of doing it. That's how he gets guys moving and playing with a higher pace. So that's interesting, guys. We haven't seen this happen yet. So we're about to see how this works. So yeah, stay tuned, guys, because this ain't the same old Knicks.
It's not. And I said this last time. Give this guy also 20 games. Like we all used to give Tom Thibodeau. Let's give him the first 20 games to see how they. I think the offense is going to be a different type of basketball. I think it's going to be a more up-tempo, push the pace. Another reason why they're so high strung on Simmons because he knows how to push the pace. But I think that's what they want to do, man. I think they want to, it's going to be more offense. I think we're going to be offensively the third in the league, top 3 in the league, and I think our defense will be somewhere around 8, 9, or 10, 7, 8, 9, or something like that in the Spurs, something like that. So maybe if we could get top 5 and top 5, it's the championship or bust. You know what I mean? If we come out the box like that, where our defense is shutting teams down to under 103 points a game, and we're scoring 117, that's what I want to see. If I see that, who will beat us?
I mean, that's great. I don't see it. I don't think we got a top 10 defense. I think we could be top 15 though.
I think so. I think that
could be anything. That could be 11, whatever. And that's not bad, guys. Listen, if you have a top 15 defense anywhere in there, and you got a top 5 offense, and
right, that changed everything. That changed everything.
Knicks could be top 2. They could be number 1, depending on what happens this year. That's good enough to win a championship. You got to play some defense, but you don't have to be the best at defense. As we already talked about, and I hate to use them as an example, but it's real. Indiana had a chance to win the championship, guys. So, and Indiana is definitely not known for defense. I went over it about a month ago when we looked at their playoff stats. We looked at their regular season stats. They were top 15 defense. So, hey, and they almost won it all against the number 1 defense in the league. So, yeah. And I'm sorry. I know their offense is incredible. They already bought in. They got the movement down. They have one of the best offensive systems in the league. But I don't think their offensive talent, top to bottom, is better than the Knicks. So the Knicks just have to learn to play better basketball. They have to learn how to better offense, an offense that creates problems, creates matchup issues, and makes it difficult for the defense. That's part of the reason why we didn't get to the success we needed to. We don't make it difficult for the defense. We're too predictable. No matter if we're that good, they knew what we were doing, and it made it easier for them to stop us. We have to be less predictable. So,
facts.
And Wiz is Wiz in the building. What up, Wiz?
Salute. What up, my brother?
How you doing?
Missed you last week, man. Were you off last week? Because I was like searching.
Yeah, I
don't get notified.
I was on vacation. Yeah.
Okay. Good. You need your rest. Plus, you're walking a lot. You're doing the walking and talking a lot. Good thing you're not dancing. Walk is better than dance. That's good.
Okay. All right. I'll keep walking. All right.
Okay. So first of all, I'm looking at the likes. I'm looking at people. I don't know if they know what like button. What does a like button look like, Ron? That's the first thing. What does a like button look like?
People forget it. Sometimes I forget it. It looks a little something like this.
Thank you. Okay. I will smash mine because I'm looking at like 90-something, 100 people in the chat. And I'm seeing less than 50. I'm like, what up for that? Come on, people. This is some great stuff, man. What's up, Shaw? Peace and love, my brother. Yo, sorry, I'm trying to gather my thoughts here. But my first thing I came up with was, again, I'm in the Ben Simmons hive, yes, and I like Mitch, and I'm not trying to replace Mitch. But I'm looking at Ben Simmons in 2 ways. First of all, 2 years ago, my biggest determination was we have a cat we could sign for cheap, and it's not about getting him, even though he had talent and he's got skills. It's about stopping our competitors from getting him. Drew Holiday. I was like, do not let Boston get Drew Holiday. What happened? Boom. They got Drew, they won a championship. It's sometimes that's better to play defensively by stopping somebody else from getting him. That's one move. 2, if Ben does step in at center once in a while, let's say during the last part of the game, then the Hackett is gone. Because Ben, although he's not a great free throw shooter, he's doing 60, 70% minimum. Yeah, I think he did over 70 last year. So at least a free throw shooting won't be won't be an Achilles heel for us if he's in there once in a while playing a little center. Because he's athletic enough, he rebounds solid, then he adds the passing, the dribbling. I mean, he does so many different things that, yes, I'm going to give it to Mitch. Defense, awesome. Rebounding, incredible. But the other factor that Ben brings, if he does play a few minutes, I'm not going to replace Mitch, but a few minutes for Mitch can compensate for those things because we may need those things. And if we ever want to go, we need a stop end of the game, and you put in Mitch, OG, Mikal, Ben Simmons, and let's
Right.
drop in Deuce. I mean, come on.
Right.
And then you timeout, offense comes in. You drop back in Cat, Brunson. You want to put in I don't know, Toxin, whatever. You need some
Yep.
offense and
Yep.
all offense. We need one shot. We need one basket. Boom. You have five guys. Everyone can hit a shot. So either way you look at it, Ben adds to the team and prevents us from having another team get him. That may be the last piece they need. Now, as far as adding talent, what did OKC and Pacers add last year that made him so much better than they were a year before? Or did they not really improve much? They just simply grew the continuity of the team they already had. How many
Mm-hmm.
other teams added superstar, pieces, even us included, and they all of them ended up both of them ended up in the finals
Mm-hmm.
and went 10, 11 deep sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
So let's look at the fact that our players, we didn't add players, so to speak. We improved guys who are going towards their prime because everybody this year on the Knicks is improving something and needs to improve something. So let's say, Cat, physicality, get a little bit leaner, get a little bit more defensive knowledge, or at least, basic foundation about how the team plays. That's improvement. Brunson, maybe he recognized, and he did recognize, he even said it, step back and trying to take over the game. Because he did it a couple times, and he knew he was just trying to get his ego. They caught up to him. They messed with his head, and he goes, I'm going to bring the ball up, and that's going to be an improvement. Not to mention all the parts of his game. Mikal, with just the rest alone, 3 less minutes a game for Mikal, and like you said,
Fact.
with a heart, that alone,
Fact.
3 to 5 minutes less minutes in the game. Because I had an argument 2 years ago, and I wanted an early minutes police person. I want an earliest minutes policeman. I'm telling you, I'm not the minutes police. I'm minutes CIA, NSA, Interpol, KGB. I am that. Mossad. That's who I am, okay? I was like, cut the minutes. And I had one cat argue with me. I'm not gonna call him out. But he was like, "Come on, man! These guys are professionals. They're getting paid. They're, elite athletes. When I was a kid, didn't we play all day?" And I'm like, "How do you compare when you played it as a kid to professional athletes? You know why Hussein Bolt doesn't do multiple sprints same day? He even for the 100 meters, the energy he puts out, he needs to recover." I mean, even that sounds crazy, right? 100 meters you got to run, and yet they don't let him run back to back heats in the same day.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, wait a second, you guys are looking at professional athletes who run up and down that court and they play all out, especially the Knicks with Tibbs playing defense as a number one priority. They're playing both sides. They're not doing. I'm a LeBron fan. They're not doing even LeBron is rested on defense a lot of times. Okay, I mean, maybe MJ did not as much, but you gotta look at these guys as they do get tired and they do gonna take some minutes off or seconds off here or there, and every time you take a little break, there's a hole. You got a point scored against you. You make errant foul. You make a bad pass because psychologically, mentally, your brain is not considered because you're breathing. The oxygen is not getting there because you got to breathe. So that alone is an improvement for all of them who are playing 38, 40 minutes a game.
Okay.
So I'm just saying the team is better by the fact that we're just bringing in talent and we have a coach who's going to play them in a way that they're more efficient, like you said, more efficient, more effective all around. So we are a better team without even talking about Yabusele and Clarkson. So right away, this is a team that's set and poised. We're now a coach, and now we're bringing in a defensive assistant coach and an offensive kind of coordinator assistant coach that the coach listens to during the game and
Mm.
actually may see things he doesn't see. So you realize, man, if I use multiple brains and multiple eyes to see things I don't see, unlike somebody who likes to stand up there by himself and decide everything by himself, and then players play hurt and turns his back when guys are gas for air, and I didn't see that, and let the guy play over that alone, and then to go 10, I'm thinking I'm gonna go 11, 12 deep sometimes because we talk about points.
Mm-hmm.
We can put up
Mm-hmm.
we're gonna put up points sometimes where we're gonna be like, first of all, let's put Ben in there playing fast, and
Mhm.
guys are gas for air. We're gonna need a Pacome Dadier. We're gonna need Huck
Fact.
Porty. We're gonna need War possibly. Kolek can step in there. We have guys who are gonna step in, and all we need is 2-3 minutes of rest, and then those guys get experience. And before you know it, we are 13, 14 solid deep, where any one of those guys in the playoffs can step right in, and just the format of the team to play with. We could actually probably play five bigs at a time. Listen, I mean, literally, Cat, Simmons, um, my boy Mitch,
Huckleberry,
OG.
Mitch,
And
Mhm.
and
if we put
OG.
those guys all in there, we're like, okay, you got to just shoot from outside. There's no one coming inside. And then we're OG and Ben and even Mitch and Huck Porter too can do a little perimeter play, a little bit. So we're literally looking at those bigs, from paint to 15, 20 feet defense that is a killer defense that people go, okay, we gotta take logo shots today. Today is a logo shot day for
Mm.
this. There's nobody coming in and trying to drive past those guys. So I had a long spiel, but I just had to throw this out there. But my number
Yeah.
one thing was prevent another team from getting a player like Ben Simmons that may be the last piece they need that beats us in the playoffs. And we go, oh man, we could have had him at player 16. We could have put him in, we could have had him bench him. We could just get him, shelf him. Don't let Boston, don't let Indiana, don't let Miami get him. That's all. Okay.
I
That's
wish we had some money to offer him because right now it's his choice. He got about 5 shooters that are really interested in him, but I think he wants to come to the Knicks. I think he
Mhm.
really wants to come to the Knicks, man. I think if the Knicks knew that he didn't really want to be here, they would already brung in Landry Shamet for talk more. You would hear more talks about Brogdon and stuff like that. All the names that were out there prior to this, all the names that went somewhere, something like that. You don't hear their names no more. The only name you really hear is Simmons. You know what I mean? And I like I said, I'm a big Brogdon guy, but I would love to see Simmons here too. I think he would change. I think his game would change. I think I could see him. I could see a whole total different thing. You could start Deuce and put Mitch in the backcourt and have Sims and Clarkson in the backcourt with Mitch and Yabusele and Josh Hart. You know what I mean? If you want to do something like that, you could really play with the lineups now if you do put Sims in there. You could have Sims starting with him, Mikal Bridges, OG Anunoby, with Cat and Jalen Brunson. That's
Mhm.
the three. That's that triangle defense, if you want to call it that. You know what I mean? Switchable defense. So it makes sense for me to see him. And I want a bigger guard too. I wasn't with the smaller guards like the Marcus Smarts and all those guys. I wasn't really with them. You know what I mean? Especially like for the veteran minimum, for the guys that was out there. This was
Mhm.
before Clarkson. Clarkson that already got signed. I mean, with the guys that's out there, out of the guys that's out there, my choices are Ben Simmons and Brogdon. Well, it's only those two now, right? Who else is there now, right? It's
Mhm.
only like those two names that really holding up everything, right?
Well, and I mean,
Shaman for
Shaman's
us.
name is still being linked to the
Right.
Knicks, man.
But imagine Ben. I mean, I keep seeing Brunson getting beaten up every time he tries to bring the ball up
Yeah,
against the Pacers. I keep
that's why
seeing
we
that over
find
and
them,
over.
Grizz.
It's my reigning nightmare. Brunson getting beat up trying to get the ball up to the midcourt line. And
Fact.
I gotta admit, I'm not trying to diss Brunson, but Ben got a better handle than Brunson.
Mhm.
Ben actually has a better handle than Brunson, and he distributes better than Brunson. So
He
just
just
imagine us
he
just
just
bring the ball
changes
up
the lookup. He just changes the
completely.
lookup of seeing Brunson coming up the court all the time, where you can plot him, you can put him in the corner. When he got to the half court, just like you said, was when he got to the half court line, it was trouble. No matter who it
Yep.
was, two, three
Just
guys coming to attack him. Then you know what I mean.
yep.
So now if you got uh uh if it's Sims is on the starting unit, he's bringing the ball up. That takes away all of that stuff, and he's seeing over all these 6'2", 6'3" guys. He's seeing over all of that. He's
Exactly.
a
And
good.
look at his
He's
turnover ratio too.
right.
I
I
mean,
was
he
gonna
doesn't
say you
turn the
must
ball.
read my mind. Whereas his turn. I remember he was how many years ago was it? 21? What was it?
Hmm.
2019? When was he? That's 2-3 times, 4 times. And how many years ago was that?
A long time ago.
Yeah.
How long ago? Was it that long ago? Was it 2001?
21, 22, 20.
Right.
Yeah.
No, when was it? When
Let me tell you.
he's been in the league about 10 years now, right? So you go back 10 or 2015, 16, 17, something like that.
Yeah, it's we're talking 2017, 18, 19,
17. Yeah, 17. Yeah. Okay.
Years.
All right.
But his handle actually his handle is still his handle. His handle is not a
Yeah, he
flaw.
still
That's
got
the
a
one we
handle.
know. He does not get you can't take the ball from him easily. And he sees over players and he distributes the ball well. And he's unselfish to a fault. This is a true time we can say unselfish to a fault because he will not shoot the ball. But imagine that, like I said, John, imagine if this guy just takes a couple of shots a game, a couple of 15-foot shots a game, even if he misses it, just to take it.
I'm not even worried about him taking those shots. I want to see him set up with Cat. I want him to put Cat in his position down low so Cat can dominate down low because Cat didn't have too many back to the baskets plays last year. A couple, but not many. I think he could dominate if you put all these guys that we're talking about, you put Cat and Sims on one side, and you put all the rest of the shooters on the other side. Nobody who's going to double team. Who's going to want to double team? If you got Mikal, if you got Jalen Brunson, and you got OG Anunoby on the wings, who's going to want to come and double team? Especially and Cat can pass the ball, so we set him up like that. We kill him down low, man. I was so much more on Brogdon, but the more and more I talk about it, I like the way Sims sounds. You know what I mean? Because Brogdon, I'm worried about Brogdon, even though Sims have health problems too, but last couple of years, Brogdon hasn't been all that great. You know what I mean? And I if it's between those two, I'm starting to lean more towards Sims.
Right. Simmons been healthier the past couple years than Brogdon. But also, my only thing again why I wouldn't mind having him is because he is a hedge against Mitch not signing. And if Mitch does not re-sign, I just don't want to have another iHeart situation. I mean, I don't mind getting a ring and then hope that Mitch will then in the summer hope that he goes, oh, we're champions or we got to the finals. So let me stay and sign for, $5-10 million a year less than I can make. I know Highheart couldn't turn that deal down. I would, if he turned down the OKC salary, I'd have slapped him myself. I'd have called his mom and be like, I'm coming with you to slap him because that was, I mean, come on, that's a huge difference, right? But Mitch will demand 15 to 20 if he stays healthy. But another team who sees that may offer him 25, 30. Someone may offer him 25.
We saved $6 million from the Mikal deal, so there you go. If he's on the books now, the books go up 10%. So if that $13 million is still be on the books, you offer another $3 million over that $6 million that we saved from Mikal.
Yeah,
I think Mitch would take 15 for 3 years, or another 45 million. Another 45 million on the Knicks for 3 years, and we win a championship. Yeah, I think you'll do it.
So you think you'll do it? Okay,
I think you do 3 years, 45. I think you do 3 years, 45. The last year option, you know what I mean. And I think because he knows that any twist ankle, he's on the best right now. The Knicks didn't. This was the longest time that I've seen Mitch be hurt and stay out until he was 100% ready. The latter years when we didn't have this good of physical coaching, rehab coaching and stuff like that. The doctors of the team and stuff like that. We brung Mitch back early. We brung him back early last year when he got hurt with Embiid, that terrible thing that Embiid did to him. But we brung him back early. Every year that he came back early because we needed him so bad. We came back early. This was one of the first years that they extended. We thought Mitch was supposed to be back by January. Mitch didn't come back to March, right? So we were way off with it. The coaching staff and the physical heads there, the doctors and all that stuff said, no, if y'all really want this guy to be effective, let's keep him out longer to nurse this leg and stuff like that. And if we can continue, if Mitch can come this year and be healthy, yeah, Mitch probably won't be here next year either.
Okay, but the other question is, how many minutes will Mitch play? How many minutes do you expect?
This year, I could see Mitch doing 28 minutes. He ain't got to do many minutes. 26,
Okay,
28 minutes. He ain't got to do many.
So
Not
what do
many.
we
He
have
ain't even got to
left?
do that many because we got Huckapurdy and we got Yabusele. I think Huckapurdy is going to be a big help to us this year. I
Okay.
think he would have been a big force in us last year if he didn't get hurt. I think he would have rolled out the whole. He would have really brung himself. He's the highest marked one right now with the young guys out of Tyler Kolick and Pacone. I think
Right.
Huckapurdy this year will get 14
But let's
to 18
run the
minutes.
numbers alone though. Let's run the numbers. Between Mitch and Cat, how many minutes are left to be played if those guys played numbers you were expected to play? Okay, because right now they have 96 minutes, right? Between the
Are
two
they
of them.
playing? Are they playing on the court together? Or are they playing the same position?
No, I'm actually just throwing out a power forward center type circumstance on those two guys. Because
Over the
technically if
200 and
Mitch
something minutes. All
starts,
right, let's go. Oh, let me get my calculator.
all right, Mitch starts, right? Mitch is starting, Mitch is the center, Cat's a power forward. Their backups are what Yabusele and OG kind of power forward, and then Huck 40, right? Kind of sorta. But if we want to put in OG as power forward as a backup to Cat when he's off the court, and we have true centers of the court in Huck 40 and Mitch. I'm just dropping out there that there's going to be almost 40 minutes.
Who's starting though? Who's starting? That makes a difference. The
That's
starting
the
unit
correct.
will make a difference to me. If you
So
saying this
let's play Mitch starts.
if you say Mitch starts, okay. So you should talk about all right. It depends on now. So Mitch started. That means Huckapurdy is backing him up. I think Huckapurdy this year could do 20, 22, 24 minutes. I think Mitch could do the rest, 28 to 30 minutes.
The
So
Yabusele
you know what I
backs
mean.
up. Yabusele and OG backs up Cat.
And Mitch maybe not even have to do that. We might even see a spotting from we bringing up Muhammad. Who we bringing up as the young boy?
Nanji. Not Nanji,
We're bringing
right?
up Najee, the one that we got from off of the trade from Cat.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm
Oh
just trying
snap!
to
Okay,
see.
all right.
Uh,
I'm,
I,
We
I don't know about that.
oh,
Exactly. There we go. We
no.
hesitate.
We moving. I don't know which direction we going, y'all. Hold on. Wait a minute.
we do have some big men and stuff like that. We do have some big men, so we have a lot of options that we could work with this year. You know what I mean? Especially if you're talking about bringing in Pacone, which is 6'7", 6'8". If you're talking about using Huckapurdy some minutes, Yabusele some minutes. You know, we got a lot of guys that are 6. We didn't have this problem 2 years ago or something like that. This year it's not gonna be a problem, but if we get Simmons in here, he's 6'10". So we're gonna be real big with a lot of guys that have agility. So every night will be a different amount of minutes spread out. I think every night is gonna be the starting lineup is always gonna be the same amount of lineup. I think everyone in the starting lineup, Mitchell Robinson, everybody else is 31 minutes and under. I don't think nobody in the starting lineup, unless it's the playoffs or it's a real close game and they play like the last 5 minutes of a fourth quarter and they're already at 27, 28 minutes. You know, I don't think they're going high 35 minutes no more, this team. You know what I mean? Unless it gets to the playoffs and you want to really grind it out. I don't even think in the playoffs they're going to do it, especially if you get contribute, if everybody contributes. So everybody contributes, you keep the same rotation. You know what I mean? Why break the rotation? You keep the same rotation.
Well, I will say that I like the ambition of trying to get these young players in there and helping what the Knicks got going on. I don't know if the math is mathing though. There's a lot of minutes. I don't know if the math is mathing.
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to say. The math's not mathing.
For right now, I got to hit you with this one. See if I know the ledge. little out the window, just a little bit. But
I agree.
With it. I do think that Huckapurdy could be a part of the team and could help. I don't know if he's getting no 20-something minutes though, but I don't know how they're going to do it. But it can happen where he gets to be like he can be a part of the team and it'll look very impactful out there. Because we'd be surprised, man. You really don't need to have 20 minutes to show that you're affecting the game.
Facts. That's a fact.
15, 14 minutes and you see this dude last night. You could tell when somebody is adding to what they got going on. So I'm with it, and I do think that you guys are right. Like what Sha was saying, it could be different on any given night depending on how Mike Brown wants to play things and what he's looking at from guys, and we'll see. I expect that the Knicks are going to run out there and he's going to play 10. And in the beginning, he may start off even playing 11 here and there.
Facts.
To see what they got going on and just to see what's the most I can. Because if we've heard that Mike Brown likes to have full practices, as many as he can get, and he likes to make these guys work, he showed y'all. People make a joke about it. It's a meme watching him get in practice and run up the court. He's doing that to show you, listen, I have no business running up the court. I'm whatever I am, and I can hurt myself doing this. If I'm willing to do it, and you are younger than me and definitely in better physical shape, I expect you to do it consistently. So that's what it is. I expect Mike Brown to try to, knowing that, hey, we don't have the best defensive club top to bottom. We got some really skilled defensive players, but top to bottom, we don't got it. So it's about effort. Guys are going to need to go out there and work harder than the other team. I need, instead of me getting 15 minutes out of you, giving me, and I know we're talking about minutes. It could be a lot more than that, but I'm just hypotheticals. Let me do it for even hypotheticals. So instead of me getting 30 minutes out of you, where 15 minutes of that time you are on cloud 9, like you are killing it. And then the other 15 minutes, you're trying to find your way. You're just keeping it up. Pause. Keeping up where you was. I'd rather get 20 minutes out of you, and 15 of those minutes are the best 15 minutes you got. And then it's 5 minutes. Not great. That's a big difference in how the Knicks look out there on the court, and a big difference in how the team could prepare for us. They know, hey, you don't think that when we played these teams, Indiana, OKC, Houston, these guys played 38, 40 minutes a night. We're going to run them out the gym. You don't think they thinking that? We play 11 players and we're going to hit them with it. They know. So that we got to change something. We got to be better at what we got going on. Like I said, the NBA game has changed a little bit. It's now it's not just about can you score, can you play defense. It's about the stuff in between. How can we make it harder for them to stop us? How can we be different on defense? They kill us with the drop coverage. They shooting threes all over the place. How can we do something to make them work harder on their side of the ball, where when they're on offense, they can't run around us the way they usually do? We got to do stuff different, man. We got to figure it out. What makes more sense to go out there and win games at a more efficient clip and make it so that they don't know what to do to stop us. When's the last time that you saw an opposing coach go out there and say, I don't know, man. We tried everything we could, but we couldn't stop them. No matter what we tried. That is what I want to hear. That's like the stuff that we've heard about Jalen Brunson sometimes, where the opposing coach, no, he did whatever he wanted tonight. That's what I want for the whole team. And hopefully we get that this year. We'll see.
Also, another part of defense is to make the other team fatigued on offense by running.
Right.
And also the possibility of fast breaks keeps them on their heels a little bit and not crashing the board. So that's part of your defense as well, is that these guys, that their guards and their wings are not going to necessarily crash the their offensive board for them, because they know if they don't get that rebound, we got Obi mentality guys out there. Obi, I don't top into some of my boys, but the guys are ready to go out there and run, and you're like, dang, I gotta get back on defense. So that's part of your defense, is having them thinking they got to be ready to go back on defense after they take their shot, because they can't come in and crash the board like they want to be. And then if we're running and they got to run to keep up with us or catch us, then they coming back in offense a little bit more fatigued. And now they're playing truly two-way, where sometimes these guys don't play two-way against us. Because when you have Brunson bring the ball up, and again, not going to bash Brunson, but maybe it's a tip scenario, 15 seconds to set up, that means there are 3 guys in the at the back line for that team resting. That's all you need, 50 seconds of rest. Saying, okay, our guys got Brunson getting the ball up. He gets across, midcourt, 7 seconds in. Then he's at the top. He's trying to get a pick from Mitch or somebody. And that's another 5 seconds. Before you know it, 14 seconds going by. And there are guys on the outside, standing next to OG and Mikal at the sideline, resting. And they get their breather, they get their breath back. Then the ball rebounds, boom, they're gone. And now, Indiana, like OKC, like, they pushing it, and we got to try to catch them. Give them no time to rest like Mike Von Powell will be. They can't rest on offense. They can't rest on defense. That's the kind of mentality where their defense will now suffer, and then the offense will suffer because they're not rested, and they got to be two-way players, and don't dare go to 8-man rotation for them. So they got to go to 10-man, and may not have the 10-man rotation that we have, not the depth we have with 10-man. So let them bring in their 9th, 10th guy, who all of a sudden we're like, oh yeah, fresh meat, baby.
Yeah.
This is kind of what we're waiting for.
No,
So
I'm with you. I like it. The versatility is what's going to make us a contending team. Make us something that they're gonna have a problem with.
Exactly.
Let me do this. I got somebody else waiting backstage in a minute.
Uh-oh.
Let me just I got about 20 minutes left. Let me open up the phone lines as well. Just to kind of get us moving, just in case anybody want to call in.
I won't call in today. Okay, I'm not going to call in today.
Thank you for not calling in. All right, so let's get it cracking. You know what it is. Yes, sir.
I love that. That's funny.
I'm gonna switch my screen up. I got 45 screens here. Hold on. Let me switch this up. Where's the other one I need? I got to switch to this group right here. Boom. Let me switch that out. Boom. This will allow me to add. I lost him. He'll come back. But in the meantime.
By the way, you guys cooled down a little bit back in New York and a little rain stopped. Because, Cali here has been 75, 80 degrees all year. I mean, it's just tired of this perfect weather.
I hope you're all right, bro. I hope you're okay.
I'm trying to survive this consistent 80 degrees sunny weather.
Tough time for you over there.
Yeah, tough.
Yeah, you're going to be all right, though. You're going to get through.
Okay. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Hold on, all these different looks, man.
Oh man,
I did, didn't I? There we go. All right.
They made me small again. I gotta fix the damn.
Yeah.
I see your subways become submarine way. That's what I thought about. So, like that. I'm like, what's up in the water in the subway, man? What's up with that? I saw a river in the subway. That's crazy.
Was great. You know what I did? Sometimes you just got to be like, sometimes you want to be out of work, man. I said, nope, I'm going to stay at work. Let other people deal with the water. By the time I get out of here, it's going to be dry. And that's what I did. By the time I left work, it was dry. So I'm sorry for those that had to deal with the river.
Man.
Jay Boogie, you here?
What? Oh, snap.
Oh, no. He's still trying to get connection. Is failing. All right, we'll get him. Don't you worry. He's going to get him.
We're going to get him. Oh, snap.
But, once again, the number to call in is 347-305-7280. If you want to call in, we here. We're rocking for a little bit. Appreciate you. So, shout out to James Najee for doing what he had to do and making it official. He is going to officially be in the States. He's already worked everything out with his peoples out there. Now, I'm not going back. He hit him with the Harlem Nights when the guy met the lady of the night, and he's like, put your mother on the phone. Yeah. I'm not coming home no more. So James Najee is staying in the United States.
There we go.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, he's got game too, man. I'm telling you. I mean, right now, Dadier, looks really good. McCullough looks really solid, man. I mean, Beauchamp. We're keeping Beauchamp? Is he on the GD? No. Dang.
Yeah, I know. It stinks. Oh, we got a caller. Hold on one second. Let's get this caller. Caller, you are on live. Know the ledge. What's going on? Your name and where you calling from?
How you doing? This is Nick Nason here calling from
Charlotte, North Carolina.
Hey, Nick. What up?
What's going on, fellas?
What's going on, hear from you, man. What's happening? What's on your mind, brother?
Well, I think the only really thing that's on my mind as far as I hear the people that we're adding and, or looking to add, and the more based off the system that Tibbs ran. So I really wanted to know how you guys feel about that, because that was a read and react system where I believe Mike Brown is actually putting in a real system. Because
Mm-hmm.
I've always had issues with the read and react,
Mm-hmm.
is because that causes you need cohesion.
Mm-hmm.
You need to be playing together for quite a few years,
Mm-hmm.
where we've implemented, new players into that. I didn't even call it a system, because it's more of a reaction, like you say, as far as what you're doing, but not a real system per se, where, hey, this is left, that's right, down screen, back screen, things like that. And when we did run little small things like that, it was like a miracle a few times where he would actually run plays. You know what I mean? And all of a sudden you would see how wide sometimes guys would get open, because we would just do things off that read and react system.
Right.
So I'm asking basically with this new, hopefully that Mike Brown is actually building in a system, how do you guys actually see the creativity working for some of these players, as opposed to this, the read and react? Like I say, I've always had a little bit of issues with that, because if I am bringing someone else in and they know the system, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
They can at least then implement themselves and kind of know their role. Many of our players, I had always heard whispers about they didn't understand their role.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't understand their role. I heard that consistently from players. And you know what I mean? Because I think, like I said, it was based off of read and react, which he called a system, but I didn't really see it as a system. I just saw it as a reaction to what players may do, you know what I mean? But not a real, not a real system, because every time, teams threw defenses at us that caused that read and react problems, is, we fell apart. Like we would just crumble in certain instances.
Yeah.
So I'll it's just a question, just to put it out there, and I'll hang up and allow you guys to, have a discussion about it.
No doubt. Appreciate the call, my brother. Thank you. And that's
Great
good
call.
stuff, man. Thanks, man.
Great call. Great point. I completely agree. Go ahead.
So I'm gonna say something real quick, and I'll let you guys elaborate on what your thought is. But I think that first off, under Mike Brown, the Knicks are gonna play fast. That's without a doubt. I already mentioned something about his style of once you get the ball and how quick he wants you to get to the paint once you have it to make your decisions. But the other thing is Tom Thibodeau's system. And we've talked about this, multiple shows, different content creators. So a lot of people in the Knicks community should already know this. But I'm sure there's always going to be some people that don't think about the game in that regard and don't look at it those ways, that do not know that. The Knicks intentionally play slow. They intentionally play half-court style offense because Tom Thibodeau's defense has to be set up, right? A big part of Tom Thibodeau's defense has always been the big man, and the big man has to be back down in the paint, has to get back to his spot, and people have to get into their spots to be able to orchestrate his defense, right? The other thing is he didn't want the Knicks as a team, having to work too hard on offense because he wanted that extra energy to be there on the defensive end. That's how, as most people say, yeah, you can comment about the drop coverage and certain things that Tom Thibodeau would call out that, aren't necessarily the greatest things these days, but you were like, oh, the Knicks are still able to do it. The Knicks are still able to be a top 10 defense, top 15 defense with it. And at times be even a top 5 defense because of their effort, right? They have certain skilled defensive players, but their effort was part of the reason that they conserved a little energy as a team by playing ISO ball. Maybe Cat's working harder, maybe Jalen Brunson's working harder, but the rest of the team, they're conserving the energy. And then when it comes back to defense, they have it. They're playing slower. They're not running around doing a lot of movement and all this stuff. They're saving energy for the defense. They're not running, pushing the pace so much, going on the go, so they can set up and orchestrate the defense, and everybody can get into place to do it the way they want. This is all parts of Tom Thibodeau's style of offense. Under Mike Brown, we're not going to see that. Under Mike Brown, this team is going to go. Now, I'm not saying we're going to be the Golden State Warriors or like the heyday Los Angeles Lakers, but we're going to be running and be a lot more different than we've ever been in the past. The Knicks consistently under Thibodeau, always 28th, 29th, 30th in pace. Every year. Under Mike Brown, we won't be that. I'm not saying we're going to be top 10, top 15, top 20, but maybe we're high 20, 21. That's a huge difference. Guys, let me tell you something. To go from 28, 29, 30 to 21 or anything like that in pace is a huge difference for our team. You're going to see. You're going to see how different it looks. I'm not going to say it's a total, because the only thing, it takes a couple years for Mike Brown to totally change this style of play for the Knicks. He's going to need some time, and they're going to have to do some stuff that was under Tibbs. That's just how it is. Just like a president coming in. President can't come in and say, oh, well, we're going to do all this. I'm going to change the way you get your health care. We're just going to do everything right. No, I got to roll with the systems that we got in place and slowly start to change it, because you need time. So anyway, Sha, what's your thoughts on what Nick Nation asked, in regards to the style of play and how things are going to look?
Well, until we really get to see it, we won't really know. But what I do know about Tom Thibodeau's thing, like you said, it was a slower pace, slow it down, half court style basketball, and I don't think that we're going to have that much of a slowdown game this year. I think, and what this guy brings here is to push the pace. One of my pet peeves is to push the pace. Mm-hmm. I like when the Knicks push the pace and they get out before before the opposing team gets set up. They score the basketball. They move the ball with fluidity, and this is where the Knicks get. At a lot of these games this year, you'll see the Knicks getting almost 30 assists a night. So that style of basketball is the type of basketball I think we'll see more of. Josh Hart jetting down the basket, seeing these guys, Jalen Brunson breaking out a little bit more. Now that we got Mikal and all these guys to break out a little bit more, get down court, move the ball a little faster and stuff like that, so these guys can set up. And then I think that you will also see a more slower paced game entwirled into this faster pace mentality that I think they will bring out, because you do want to see it slow down once in a blue moon. You are going to look forward to knowing about some isolation basketball from Cat. If it's Ben Simmons and Cat setting up on the left hand side, if it's Jalen Brunson isolating with the high post with Sims and Mikal Bridges and OG to be his pickoff guys, so he can set them up or something like that. So there will be some games, because that's some of the style of the Knicks basketball is that we have isolation players. Cat is a great isolation basketball player. Brunson is one of the best isolation player. When you put Mikal in the mid-range, his ISO down low, his mid-range shot in the isolation when he fades back is flawless. 50%. So I think those are the things that we will still see in that slower pace game. But I think overall, like you said, I think a pace from 28, 29 to going up to 20 is a major jump. I think I would like to see that also 20. If we could get anything past, if we get, mid, 15, anything that the Knicks could get mid, that they was terrible last year. Like our second unit was last in the league, 30th in the league. If our team this year is 15th, we're way better than we were last year. If our pace from 29th last year, I think it was 28th or 29th last year, goes up to 18th, 19th, that's way better than what we was. So I'll take all of those improvements, because that means that the team is getting better.
100%. What you think, Wiz? Wiz? You on mute?
Facts.
Oh, there you go.
Here.
Okay, Wiz.
So complete I concur on many points you just made. Another fact I want to bring in, because it was a great point brought up, man, is that we didn't react It's not a bad system, especially for high IQ players, but there's still a certain level of continuity to be able to really do it properly. Because a lot of times, if you're playing, no matter how high your IQ is, where you are and you see a hole, the other guy may see a different development, and until you've played together long enough, it's not going to quite click because I'm going to cut when you're like, oh, if you just fake the cut and pull back, you'll have an open shot. As a point guard, sometimes Brunson, I'm probably thinking, may see one hole and Mikal doesn't see it. And so again, it requires continuity. So you need to be playing together a lot more. So because of that factor alone, to implement that from the very beginning was a very tough call for all those players to adjust to right away. But yet we started last season. No, I think we were probably number one in offense for like the first month or so, right? So we were playing at a pace and with kind of reading reactability to outscore people until people started getting our game and seeing our game format, because we still went back to certain basic functions, like you said, that we wanted to set up because we want our defense to be ready to get set up as well. So our pace was slower, and once we slowed the pace down, teams started going, okay, I'm just going to read this next play because we didn't react. For you as an offense, it's the same as a defensive player reading and reacting if he's a high IQ defensive player, because all I gotta do is go, oh, I see what he's thinking, so let me do this. But if you set a play that's going to go against a read and react format, that throws you for a little loop, and the defensive guy is trying to read what would naturally occur, but then the team has a little twist on it because the offensive coordinator or the offensive minded coach has a different play already that's going to expect you to react to this. And so read and react can be read and reacted by the defense as well. So that means the offense is nullified by highly, high IQ defensive players. Okay, so I think this year, because we're gonna have so many different set plays, plus playing faster, and again, also the speed of our play is overwhelmingly going to offset the other team's ability to read our plays because they have to think faster as well. Unlike last year where they didn't have to think as quickly because it was so slowly developing. So I expect. I mean, I'm not gonna go crazy, but I really can expect 120 plus games for us as average. I really can see that happening. I don't want to, make it even crazy, but I think we can put up a lot of more 130 games than expected, and still have a solid defense that's going to hold the other team down at the 115 mark. In fact, I think our defense this year will be better than last year's defense.
I concur. Like you said, I concur. I think the Knicks are going to be around 118 this year, scoring this year. I think the Knicks are set up. If you just do the numbers with the starting unit last year, hypothetically, they were around 90, 100 points, 90, 94 points, something, 95 points. You know what I mean, for the starting unit. The second unit was giving us like 11, 12, 14 points, 16 points. One reason why we only averaged 114 points last year. If you average this team with Yabusele getting 8 points, Josh Hart in the second unit getting 8 points, Clarkson getting 8 points in the second unit, Hakapurdy getting 8 points in the second unit. Just those four guys alone with 8 points apiece is 24 points. That's quadruple better than what we did last year. And I mean, now the starting unit doesn't have to score 90 points in order for us to win. Now they can go. Now they'll be less on the court because their minutes will go down, but they'll still score about 80 points instead of 95 points. The second unit to pick up those extra 15 points, getting more minutes on the court, and now you will see the Pacones, the Tyler Koliks, and all those 14 to 15. 13 and 14 guy on the bench because we're outscoring teams now, and our defense. If we could keep teams to under 109 points a game, that's pretty. Especially if we're scoring 118, that's a win right there for me. I mean,
Now, who's your starting team? Man, you said Carolina because you're giving me 90 plus points. Who are the starters that you count those points for?
If you're talking about without Ben Simmons or anybody like that, we're talking about the usual suspects. We're talking about I'm starting Mitchell Robinson, and Yeah, I'm starting Mitchell Robinson. So that's Mitchell Robinson, Cat, OG, Mikal, Jalen Brunson. Second unit is Deuce McBride, Clarkson. That's a big matchup that I want to see right there. Those two guys on the court together. Josh Hart, Yabusele, and Hucker Purdy. That's my
Okay,
10
but
man.
but
That's my
last
10 man
year's
right there.
starters was Hart in there, so the points
I would start hard this year too. Why not? You know, Hucker Purdy be the one who suffer. Mitchell Robinson's still going to get his minutes if you want to start it like that. If you wanted to start Deuce in the starting lineup.
No, but I'm saying last year's lineup was
I know what
Hart.
you're saying, Wiz. I know what you're saying. You're just
Was
trying to say how are the points actually. So let's do it like this. Let's say Brunson can give you 25 points a game.
Oh, you mean per player?
Yeah, he's trying to get to the 90.
Okay.
Trying to get to the 90.
Mhm.
So, all right, let's say Brunson can give you 25, Cat can give you 25. Now, the thing is, like we saw last year, it was a little up and down. Brunson was a little closer to the 25. Cat, even though he averaged around 24, you know, there's gonna be nights where you don't really get there. But we also got to say we're gonna be a different offensive squad. So maybe it's gonna be a little easier for us to score now. So maybe they can live closer to form. Maybe they both can give around 25 points, right? Maybe now, so you figure 25, that's 50. Just saying, it could be give or take, right?
Mhm.
And you saying 15 from OG, 15 from Mikal, maybe more on a given night. That's 30. 30 and 50 is 80.
Yes.
So, and then we're talking Mitch is the other player. So I don't really pencil Mitch in to give us 10 points a night. So, you know, we're gonna probably be more around 85 points.
Right. That's the difference with taking Josh Hart up. But if you want to get to that 95 points and stuff like that, you can start Josh Hart again. He's proven, or you can start Deuce McBride.
True.
If you want to get to that 95 points that we were doing. I mean, with Josh Hart in there last year, let's be realistic. We scored 95 points last year with Josh Hart starting.
Right, that's what I was counting.
Yeah.
That's right.
I mean, so if we want to go back to getting that 90, I think Josh Hart got a viable. I mean, I don't see, you know, and then now that see with Josh Hart starting, that makes the that third position now open for maybe a Pacone or somebody like that. I don't know who would be in that position now, because now you got Deuce McBride, you got
Clarkson's there.
and now you got Mitchell Robinson and Yabusele. Who's that next man that I'm missing now?
That's either Pacome or
Purdy.
Yeah.
Purdy. All right.
So
but now with that lineup, now you can use Pacone now. Now you can use Pacone if you start Josh Hart. You see,
I don't want to start Josh personally.
Not saying that, but if you want Pacone to get some minutes, you start Josh Hart. I mean,
I can't start Josh. I'm sorry.
I know. I don't want Josh Hart to start either. I'm just saying. But with him last year, we did score 95 points with Josh Hart being the starting.
Right. But I'm not saying Josh won't give us points off the bench. So I'm still saying 120 or 118. But I want to get there logically with do we have the players to get us there? And it doesn't have to be Josh starting. We could still put up 85 as the starting five, or so to speak, 5.5. We call Mitch going to put up 5 points, maybe 10 sometimes once in a while.
I mean, listen, that we definitely have the players to get us there.
Right.
It's not, but it's not about the points. It's about, is our offense going to be efficient enough night in and night out to continue to put up the points? Because defense can stop us, but if we make it tougher for them to stop us, if we're scoring at an efficient level where they can't just stop us, because we can go out game to game and put up 120, 130 when all the shots are falling. But if we go up against a team that plays good defense, let's take Brunson out of this game. We'll take this dude out of. How do we score in those moments? That's why offensive system, which Nick Nation was talking about, that Mike Brown looks to want to initiate, is going to be very important for us to continue to go out there and score points at a high level every single night, no matter who we play. So,
because the only way to take out Brunson though is to edge on a double team possibility, right? Which means we have to have somebody waiting for his pass, or for him to get, or for him not have the ball, or for them to try to lean towards him when someone else has the ball, keep the ball from him. So now we need OG, Mikal, Cat at minimum to have their game at a higher level and have them at the places they can get open to get. That's where the system comes in, and read and react doesn't really lean towards that possibility of you taking a player away, and now the other guys got to just like find a place, find a spot. Especially the way Tibbs did it, where he puts Mikal and OG in the corner right away. That kind of like cut down the possibility of them being unpredictable in the read and react situation. I still see the 118, and I think that's why I've said Mike Brown mentality, even D'Antonio mentality of offense is going to give that kind of team the possibility of doing it. So actually, we got a new superstar in the lineup. Let me step back and let them speak because I've been talking. What's up?
And just so you know, we got my brother in arms out there in the streets, and as you can see, there's peoples out there. So I'm gonna let him get his off, and then I'm gonna try to get myself up out of here so I can go out there and be a part of the festivities for my boy, our brother, because like I said, he did, we lost a good one, but we also, his brother is a very close friend of ours. We call him a brother because he is, and so I want to be there for him, and obviously, spend some time with him as well. So, but while I have him, John, live on the streets. What's going on, my brother?
Yo, get off. Time to get off. Say goodbye. Say goodbye. Time to go. I gotta tell you, we've been watching you for 5 hours already. Right. Everybody's waiting for you.
All right.
We all waiting for you. Come on, bro. We all waiting for you. Come on.
All right. I'm out.
Get offline.
I got you. I'll be there.
We love the Knicks.
I'll be there. Thank you, man. Thank you. let me get about it. All right. Let me bring Fritz in real quick. Get quick words. Fritz.
Hey Ron, how you doing?
What's up, bro? I'm sorry, man. I would have jumped in earlier, man. I'm sorry to keep it short, but I do, like I said, there's been a lot going on. Been more memorial services for a close friend of ours, and then I want to get out there and show my love and be with his brother, real, while I can. So he just want to be there for him. So but say whatever you wanted to say, man.
Oh no, I just came on just check out, see what was going on with you guys.
We were talking about real quick. We were talking about Nick Nation had called in and asked about Mike Brown's offense and having an offensive system and how he thinks that would be really important for the Knicks going forward. So what's your thoughts on Mike Brown system that he's trying to implement? Because we as we get closer, we're going to learn more about it and what he actually likes to run and how it moves. But what's your thoughts on that?
It's necessary. Like the way our offense looked last year was it was horrible. We all know the ball could move faster than the man, and the Knicks were just so one-on-one. We were very slow to get into offense, so it's a welcome change.
Yeah, no, 100% agree. Do you think that I don't know if you guys have been able to do a deep dive on Mike Brown's offense. I'm still learning more about it as it's starting to kind of present itself. I mean, we haven't seen it in action yet, obviously, but do you know anything more about his principles? Like I found out, shout out to DJ Ace on X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it, him talking about how he likes to, once the offense is initiated, whoever gets the ball, they have like 0.5 seconds to get to the lane. So that's how he helps speed up the pace. Have you learned anything else about his offense like that?
I haven't really broken it down. We just know that he's had dominant offenses in the past, which is kind of his thing. So,
shout out to Nostalgic Nick. It's the Princeton offense, supposedly. Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah. I haven't really broken it down or anything like that.
Okay.
Can I ask a quick question about his thought about Mikal and Ben?
Mm-hmm.
Mikal's salary and Ben's possibility.
Go ahead, brother.
Fritz?
Yes. Yep.
The Mikal's salary, Mikal's extension. What do you think about it? And possible Ben Simmons signing.
I'm not surprised, Mikal. Like this is the number I thought he would come in. I thought he would come in at 150. Like
Okay.
I always thought the Knicks always want you to kind of buy in. That even OG deserved every cent he can get. He gave a little bit back. So I thought he would come in at 150.
Okay.
Yeah. So it doesn't. I think Knicks fans are kind of married to the idea of being under the second apron. For 26, 27, I don't think that's really as hard of a line as people think it is. Is nothing wrong with going over the second apron. You just can't keep doing it.
Keep going, right? That's the problem.
Yeah.
When you habitual at it, yeah. When you keep doing it,
when you keep doing it, and then when you hit that number, like it just hurts you from making moves. If you're comfortable with what you have,
facts.
It doesn't bother you.
Like
it bothers
Boston
you when you want to
and
wheel and deal.
oh, yeah.
You want to wheel and deal when you're over the second apron. Okay, life is tough. But if you don't need to wheel and deal, being over the second apron, you won't see it. You won't see a difference.
Like Golden State and all these teams.
Right.
Yeah.
My only concern was Knicks normally have salaries diminish over time, and this one increases. I guess next year is probably because of the apron going up. It's okay, kind of, but I was hoping that he would stay averaging 33. That was my hope. I was
Yeah.
hoping a 140 to maybe 130, 140. That's what I was hoping for, to really show a full commitment to being part of the team, and also leaving enough space for someone else coming in next year.
He's worth every cent. Like I don't get where people keep wanting people to take a pay cut for the sake of a pay cut. Like he's not being overpaid.
No. I wasn't overpaid. I was trying to leave room for somebody next year, because even Brunson took a max salary even though it was early,
He did.
and he could have waited one more year for a higher.
He left $6 million on the table. Get up the mix. Hey, I got one question to ask you, Fritz. Now that I'm glad that you're on, I've been looking through this stuff all these last couple of days. I can't figure it out, so maybe you can help me. There's things out there saying that McCullough can be signed as a rookie, or McCullough can be signed as the minimum the veteran salary or something like that. Can he get signed to either one of those contracts?
He can be signed as a vet. He can't be
He
signed.
Can be signed as a vet.
Yeah, he
can't be signed as a rookie. That's what I thought.
No.
Because he played last year, right?
He played.
Right.
He played in. He didn't even have to play in the league. As long as he played in the G League, he can't be a rookie.
So, yeah, all right. Yeah.
So yeah, he can't be signed as rookie. I think people confuse is like they look at kind of like where Blake Griffin was, where he, as far as like awards, he may be considered a rookie, maybe. But
right.
Yeah, but as far as a contract, he's not a
rookie. He's more likely to sign to the two-way contract then.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, okay. All right. That's what I think too. That's what I thought. Everybody trying I was like, no, I think he can't get all right. So now it may all right. So I know
if the Knicks do it right, what they'll do is they'll have 14 for the season, and right before the playoffs, they'll take one of the two ways and they'll sign them
to the 15.
To the 15. Yeah.
That's
is it too early to make predictions? Records? Way too early predictions. 6-4. 6-4. That's all I'm saying. 64.
Oh, that's kind of
64 wins.
That's what I'm saying, baby.
I think the Knicks is going to be a better efficient team this year. I think that the Knicks will be one of the teams that'll be talked about as pushing the pace this year. I think you'll see a offensive, spectacular offense from these guys this year. I'm in my opinion, I think they're going to be close to 118 points a game. You know what I mean? On average. So are we going to see a couple of games when the Knicks go 140 some game? Yeah. Do I think you're going to see a couple of games where the Knicks do 130 something? Yeah. So I think that this team will have a way better offensive year than they did last year, and I think that with the defense will work itself out. We don't have bums as being defense. We're not a whole bunch of turnstiles and all that. We talk about Cat. He's not a bad defender. He does bad things on defense. He uses his hand too much sometimes. He gets in foul trouble early. He moves his hips before he moves his feet. He does stuff like that. So I mean, he's not a bad defender. Just like Brunson is not a bad defender. He's just short in stature, in my opinion. I mean, he's always there. He's always jumping in front of you, but he's only 6'1", jumping against somebody that's 6'5". He's always going to see over you. So those things like that. If we can just help them out, I think we'd be a way better team this year.
I can agree with that.
Nice hat, Ron.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Wait, hold on. I had something for Wiz. I forgot because Wiz said something about what did he say? 64 wins. Yeah, sorry.
See if I know the ledge.
I knew it was coming. I knew that was coming. I knew that was
Nah,
I knew that was coming.
You never know. Anything can happen,
Okay, so you want to mark it? You want to mark this day? Gentlemen, 1 year.
All right,
next...
where we at? Saturday, August 2nd. Wiz says 64 wins for the Knicks. Okay, we'll see.
Okay. All right, because I remember I was Deuce Hive. I was a Drew Holiday. Get Drew Holiday because before Boston gets him, I can go through the list of things I'm going to tell you right now. 64, baby. 64.
All right. Listen, let me get around to y'all, get y'all final words, because I do want to get out here. So, listen, and once again, I just want to say, first off, I want to say thank you to everybody for the well wishes and the condolences. It's a celebration of life for a young man who was gone too soon, but he had an incredible life. Shout out once again to my guy Jamal Lil Horse Lynch. He may not have been here as long as he should be, but he was here long enough for to leave an impact for us and for us to remember him for those who knew him. So, that being said, your final words about this little next, whatever we want to call it, I don't want to say the off season is still going. So, and we got some time to wait, but your final words for whatever you think is going on. And, we still don't have a assistant head coach. Guys, got any thoughts or guess who that could be these days? Because I'm at a loss for words. Let me bring my guy Jay Chosen in here too. I'm sorry, Jay, you coming in on the final words, but we'll get your words. Nevertheless. What up, my brother?
Salute, peace.
Hey, what's up?
Let's go Knicks.
Yes. So let's do this. Let's go around and then we'll leave Jay for the last words so he can say whatever he wants to say. So Sha, first off, whatever you want to say, but any thoughts on another coach that we could look at? Because we're looking at all these people that just they ain't leaving.
I don't know anything about the coaches because the way they're looking at these coaches is getting a little nerve-wracking. You know what I mean? They will make their choices. We only got about 6 to 8 weeks before preseason. I mean, before the training camp starts and stuff like that. So let me make some choices. In another week or two, well, finally, probably by sometime this week, we will finalize on that vet minimum guy and bring the other guy in on the rookie guy, and something to talk about some more about the Knicks. And I'm just glad to be here, glad to talk about it. Thank you for having me on, Ron. Wiz, thanks for you to be on the Economy Show. Fritz, but I had to say the name first. Fritz, thank you for being on here. Jay Chosen, my man, what's going on? I talked to you in a little bit and stuff like that. And Ron, get out there and support your peoples out there. Like I said, once again, my condolences. From what I seen on what you would call it, I watched. He looked like a pretty cool dude. So
really,
I mean, my condolences,
dude. I ain't gonna lie to you. Even me today at this memorial service, I learned so much more about this young man than I already knew. And I'm like, damn it, man. I wish I said this. I got up enough courage to speak, and I said, I wish I knew him better than I did, man. Really gone too soon. Wiz, your final words, my brother.
First, let me again condolences and the fact that I actually had a chance to play against him on West 4th Street. He played West 4th a bunch of times.
Yeah, no, he played actually. You know, I knew a little bit about his stuff, but you know, like I said, I was closer to his older brother, and he was off a lot, so he did a lot of different things. Like the fact that he made the New York Knicks D League squad. This is before G League, y'all. He made the D League squad, and he was playing with them for a while. And he unfortunately never got to get his NBA dreams met because he just it didn't work out. He even went overseas for a while, and then when he came back, he wanted to make one more go out of it, and he tried to get a tryout with the Brooklyn Nets. He got the tryout, but he got hurt and he couldn't get it. From that point, once he got hurt, he was never the same. But yeah, the young man played a lot of ball all over the place. So you ain't lying, Wiz.
Oh yeah, played again. I mean, and he had some moves that I've never seen anybody else did, like body control. His handle was tight. I mean, I think he tried to dunk on me one time, and I think I kind of I kind of fouled there because I couldn't get. West 4th, you can't get dunked on West 4th Street, man.
Oh, no,
you
you
can't
don't
get
want to
posted.
get dunked on over there. That'll live with you. For
The
your
whole
life.
crowd was at the fence looking in, and I was like, and he was a little mad at me for a little while. He was like, "Come on, man, why?" Because sometimes you let a guy go when you got a breakaway, let him have the dunk. That's kind of courtesy with West 4th. You don't try to go for chase down. But I don't know why my instincts just took over. So much respect for him, man. He was an excellent ball player, and as far as my Knicks, I just really I see so much potential. I see the East is not wide open, but I see the opportunities for us to do some serious work. So again, respect for Tibbs, but I think it was time for a change. This last series proved it. His lack of ability to be flexible and use his coaches and use his players. Both of those scenarios of not opening up the ideas for the bench for his coaches to have input and not have 9, 10 players at least get a taste of the game and rotation changes just to see what they would look like when we met someone that maybe knew our game and stopped us. So it was time for a change. I think Mike Brown is a solid candidate. I know a lot of Sacramento fans out here in Cali, and they miss him. They go, yes, he actually made us really felt relevant again, and like we could have gone all the way. Um, I'm looking forward to the next season. And again, I'm putting it down. I'm making my mark. 64 wins, just because now playoffs again. ECF I'm predicting, but I'm not gonna be. I won't hesitate and say NBA Finals. Knicks will win the East this year, and we're gonna, like I said, 120 points a game, 64 victories, and solid defense, and we're gonna just be celebrating next year. Even if we don't make it to the chip, we're gonna get that finals game, and then the next NBA Finals being held at the Garden is where the universe will be right again, and all pain will go away. Time to celebrate, baby. Let's go. I'm jumping out the window, man. I'm out off the edge. I'm over the edge. I'm out the window. I don't care. That's right.
Okay, all right, that's fine. Listen, that's fair. You're entitled to your opinion. I hope you're right. I don't think you are, but I'll take it. All right, that's fair. Before I get over to Fritz, let me go the other way. I don't give this to the chat too often, but you gonna get it, Wolverine. Listen, Wolverine says 49 wins, second round exit. Mike Brown fired after 1 year. First off, we won 51 games without Jalen Brunson for 15 of those games. We got a new coach, new offense. I listen. Here, this is for you, buddy. See if I know the ledge. Right out the window of you. Okay, you. Nah, I appreciate you though.
Wow.
That's like Wolverine. Like, hey, come on now. What's going on? Are you not regenerating? Is the adamantium dried up in your body? Like, you ain't acting like the Wolverine I know. Like, what's going on? No, it's the wrong Wolverine. My bad.
Wow. Him back in.
Nah, I appreciate you, bro. I hear you, man. Listen, I think we're gonna be okay though. I think we're gonna be better than we were. And let's go from there. Shout out to Fritz. Fritz, what's your final words, my brother?
Yeah, I'm right now. I'm kind of clueless of where we're at. Like honestly, so I really think the Knicks could do something interesting. I just see, Ben Simmons is something they do need. They're obviously offering him the backup point guard spot, and if you have Ben Simmons, not sure how you feel about Mitch at that point, having two guys who don't shoot well. So there's a lot of questions still left to be answered.
I hear you. I mean, that's true. And listen, guys, it's been going in and out for the most part, but I think I checked it. It was okay. But I know that for some of you, the stream may not be as polished or look as good. I don't know what's going on today. And, like I said, I jumped in right from the memorial service. I didn't have time to reset my router or anything. So it had a really good connection for a while. And now it could be a little stagnant. So I hope you guys can kind of get an idea of what's going on. I apologize for it not being crispy, but it is what it is. We're trying to get through it. And Jay, the chosen one. First off, appreciate you, my brother. Hope you're doing well. What's on your mind today? What's happening? In your final words, let us know.
Okay. Condolences. I lost somebody too. Actually, that's where I was.
Oh wow. Sorry to hear that, my
brother. Got a little too much for me, so I stepped out. I watched and listened. It was therapy. I appreciate you. It's always, sports. Just want to say this, man. This is sports. We should never be ripping each other apart over people who are getting millions and millions and millions of dollars to enjoy their life and play sports. This is a thing for us. It's like therapy for me. Watching sports is therapy for me. And watching your show is. And by the way, it was crispy the whole time. So I don't know if anybody else saw it, but I saw it as crispy. Sorry, it's got lost in the thought of
no, that's okay. You get it.
Of the losing people thing got my brain for a second.
It's all right. Take your time, brother.
Here's the deal. I think the future is bright. That's number one. As far as the coaching going, I'm kind of like in what Shah said. I'm kind of, not sure exactly where they're going. I know we need some almost football defensive, I like where the offense is going. I like exactly where the offense is looking. We all like certain different people. It was nice of Bridges to take a little cut. I know nobody in their right mind would take a bigger cut. I wish he did. I know people think that he's worth more than the cut that he is. In my opinion, he has to show us that. So for me, it's not my money. I can't really say anything. But if it could get us a really I don't want to here's the deal. I don't want a back end of the player. Let's say you guys like Ben. I don't like Ben, right? Not because I don't like Ben as a player. I want somebody who's going to be able to consistently play if possible, if needed. A person that comes in maybe constantly. I don't know what people, exactly that might be. But Ben Simmons seems to have fell apart in my mind almost every year of his career, and I don't. And it's unfortunate because he's filled with an immense amount of talent, and it's unfortunate. But I was hoping that they got somebody like a Pablo Prigioni. That's somebody I wanted. He was a smart. He wasn't filled with a fantastic amount of talent necessarily on the court, but if you remember, he was a court general. He called out the plays. He knew what to call. He knew where to tell people to move. Smart man. So how the old saying is that you are who you hang with. If you bring smart people around you, it only makes you better. So we just need people to be around Mike, to be around Brown so that he can elevate his game, do what he does, and let him like other people worry about certain things. It seems it's going to be a very offensively driven team. In a lot of places I've seen, they have us at number 2 in like 4 out of like 6 major places that I've seen behind Oklahoma. I think we'll win 58 games this year. I want to say 60, but we always end up losing a stupid game, like a nonsense game, like everybody's hurt on Charlotte and we still lost type game. Spurs, Nakalaka, Shukalaka, Lavelli will kill us. So, I think that we're going in the right direction. It's unfortunate that they didn't bring this bench in. I'm not an apologist for him. I don't care neither way. I don't eat or hang out with these people or eat food with these people, but that Tibbs didn't have a bench like this. But now we are where we are. We can't go backwards. The only time you should look backwards is to see where you came from. So we're coming from a season where we went to an elevated place. We have to go higher than that place now. That's my total opinion. We have taken steps like this. The next step is the finals. For me, it's finals or bust.
Right. Yeah.
So, my condolences to you and more importantly, to the family of the young man. It's so sad to see talent and life just ripped away from people. Just
terrible.
Unfortunate. And I've been through a lot of things in my life where I was close. And I'm gonna tell you, man, take life precious. Give people their flowers while they're here. Tell people that you love them today while they're here, because you might not have the chance tomorrow. Don't forget that.
That's a fact.
So my final words is that, and want to know how I feel about you and your show. So I just wanted to hop on and say hello. It's been a minute because I'm busy trying to get my stuff going. So we'll talk soon.
No doubt.
And by the way, Wiz, thank God you did what you did, because at Westport, 4th Street, but you could have forgot about it. I used to live in Lower East Side. I would stay over there. If something happened to you like that, you weren't allowed back in the park. So,
Exactly.
It could be bad. Like anything happening at West 4th or the Rucker Park, you never live that down, bro. That's it's gonna follow you for you. Like, y'all still talking about that? Yeah.
3 years later, right? So West 4th is the Rucker downtown.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So,
right. Yeah. That's
blessings to everybody.
Those memories last forever, man. Your kids will hear about that. And like,
hey, no doubt about it. No doubt about it.
Anyway, I want to thank you guys once again. My condolences to you, Jay, as well. To you and everyone who knew the person that passed away. This is a tough time, man. We just got to get through it. Every day is a new day, and we are blessed to wake up and be here, because like you said, you never know, man. So give the flowers to those around you who need to hear it, because you just, time is not waiting, man. It's going. We're here for the ride. So
right. Well, let me say one last thing, if you don't mind. To all the men out there, like, we were raised to do certain things, right? Be a man. Don't let out whatever you feel. Use these, not this, or use both, whatever it might be. That's all BS, right? It's all right to tell somebody you love them. It's all right to tell your friends you love them. It's all right to tell people like that, because if you don't one day, you can't one day. Don't forget that. It's not soft. It's not whack. It's none of that. It's beautiful. You know what I'm saying? So, peace and blessings to the world, everybody.
Thank you. Appreciate that, my brother. Thank you so much. Oh, and shout out, guys, if y'all haven't checked it out, I've seen it already, but if y'all haven't checked out, please go to Fritz Alcindor Jr.'s channel, the NBA Economy Show, and check out his interview with Scoop B that aired this past Wednesday. He talked about a lot of different things with the Knicks. He also talked about Ben Simmons and how the news about Ben Simmons being, coming to the Knicks being, long gone and forgotten was not true, because according to Scoop B, who has, spoken to people close to Ben Simmons, if not, I don't know. I don't remember exactly everything that was said, but he knows that Ben Simmons is still considering the Knicks. Just throwing that out there. So just keep that in mind. So check out NBA Economy Show's interview with Scoop B. Oh, there it is. It's in the, let me see. Can I grab it? Because you're not a, hold on 1 second, because you my guy. Let me see if I can I get it from here? 1 second. I got to make you a thingy, and I know you know what that is. So hold on 1 second. I apologize, guys. Get this right before we get out of here. Let's see how fast I can do this.
Yeah, we'll see about them, man. Once they start clicking, they're gonna be all right, guys. In the
by the way, yeah. Tell them, Jay, because our Mets are gonna be all right. They're a little Jekyll and Hyde, but they are.
They are.
Go Yankees, baby.
We're going through a lot of stuff right now, man. All our pitchers are hurt. They coming back and forth. Our top guys are not producing right now. But the kids are starting to produce. Be happy about that. Top guys will produce. They have produced. They will produce. Have faith.
That's a fact. I have faith. That's a fact. There we go. So now you can click on the link that's Fritz put out there. Let me pin it real quick, real time. One time for the one time. Appreciate you.
Nice.
And not for nothing. Listen, don't get it twisted. This is a New York City hat. This is a Met hat. It's let's keep it real.
What team is that?
Mets.
What team?
This is don't do that. Don't do that with
Are they in the pro? Are they in the major leagues?
Yeah, we in the major leagues, and the major leagues are hurt. That's right. Listen, I don't know what everybody else is doing. We still listen. We are right there in our division at being the number one team. Okay, we lost last night, and the Phillies won, so I think they overtook us. But that's okay. We playing back and forth right now. It's gonna be the funny thing is, guys, I'm gonna say this again. Mets are not playing their best baseball, and we battling back and forth for first place. Calm down, everybody. Calm down. Once
I'm just gonna say I'll be the judge.
Oh, I see what you did there. I'll be the judge.
Don't forget, we were 5 up just about a month ago. We'll be 5 up in a month from now. Don't worry about it.
Hold on, this is for you, Wiz. Thank you, Wiz. All right. Anyway, guys, listen, I appreciate y'all as always. And I also want to apologize. Everything got thrown off for me this week. I was supposed to do a state of the game about gambling in the NBA and certain players getting caught in stuff outside of basketball, right? But I pivoted because this week I forgot about certain things. Everything was happening. The baseball trade deadline was happening, all this stuff. And then I said, you know what? I need to do a Met show. I just didn't have time to put it all together because I'm trying to when it comes to that show, I got to put things together, and I need the content, and I need the information. I didn't just have enough time to put it together, guys, and I'm not just going to, hey, let me go live. What up, guys? Mets, let's go. No, I wanted to put something together. I just didn't have enough time. So I still need to do a show about the Giants again because of what we got going on. We're getting hot and heavy, bro. Training camp is over. The Giant football is about to be real. It's about to be a lituation, y'all. And then my Mets with all the trade solidify the bullpen. And, I'm happy about that.
They damn sure did. Ron. They solidified that bullpen.
So I need some time to put it all together. Just, bear with me. But I apologize. I hate giving information that's false. It's just I'm not going to just I didn't have the time, and I'm just not going to do it if I can't do it right. So it is what it is. Anyway,
I recorded 4 lives about the Mets, and I didn't like any of them. So I was like, nope.
Man, come on. Well, we'll get it together. Anyway, oh, yes, let's go. Nice. Let's go, Pete. Polar Bear Pete. Yes.
Oh, is that it? All right, nice. Yeah.
I
think they caught up to them, but
yeah. So anyway, yeah, we lost 4 in a row after winning 6 in a row. The damn.
All
All right. Like,
Oh my God. Oh my God.
we ain't gonna let you fight on that.
It's a tough crowd, yo. There's a lot of Yankee hate out there. They'll be all right. Anyway, all right. Well, thank you guys once again. Thank you for the condolences. Thank you for all the Nick takes today. Appreciate the caller, Nick Nation. Appreciate my guys who joined in. Fritz Alcindor, Jay Chosen, Wiz, BKLA, Shop, Powers in the building. Sorry we couldn't get Jay Boogie, but he said he was having some technical difficulties. We will get him next time around. We haven't talked to him in a minute since he's been recovering from his surgery. So hopefully he's doing well. And hey, man, once again, I appreciate everybody. Stay tuned. Look for SKF Weekly on Monday night. We'll be talking more about whatever's going on with the Knicks. And I don't know. Who knows? Maybe I'll decide to do the state of the game tomorrow. It's Sunday. Maybe I'll have a little time to do it. We'll see. But it's coming soon, guys. Anyway, thank you guys for being patient. Thank you guys for supporting and rocking with us. We're on the road to 10K. Smash that like button and show your love. And let's continue support, man. Let's go Knicks. Hey, you know what I always say? Tell a friend who tells a friend who tells another friend. Still Knicks fans. We'll be back again, whether it be on Saturdays at 11:30 or today 1:30, 2 o'clock ish. My bad, y'all, for Know the Ledge. Or on Monday nights at 9 p.m. for SKF Weekly with myself, my brother John, and my brother Jose holding it down on the 1s and 2s. And State of the Game whenever I can actually find a place for it throughout the week. Whenever I can, I will. So thank you guys once again for all the support. As you know, I always say, be good. And if we can't be good at it. You know how it is. Shout out to Paul O'Neal, 1997, but we lost. Oh, damn. AP. I see what you did there. I loved Paul O'Neal, by the way. But anyway, let me get off of this.
Yeah, I liked him too, but I hated him when he was good.
He's just enough fire to be a New Yorker. I loved it. Anyway, all right. I see what you did there, Jay. All right, guys, listen. As I always say, the good, the bad, the ups and downs, no matter what, we are still Knicks fans. I'll catch y'all. Enjoy this day. If you have some time, get out there. If you haven't got out there, please do. It's a beautiful, beautiful day. The weather is fantastic in New York. Once again, take care. And let's hope this whole Ben Simmons thing get resolved soon, because this is taking forever. I'd rather he be on the team or not on the team. Can we just move on? Let's go. Let's go. Thank you. Shout out to those. The reason why we got the Mikal Bridges thing done is apparently the Knicks reached out and Giannis Antetokounmpo is not going anywhere. Thank you. Thank you for somebody reaching out and put this nonsense to bed so we can move on. I'm tired of people stringing us along, having us in the sweepstakes. Like, come on, let's go. We a team. We trying to win a championship. We ain't waiting for nobody. Let them wait for us or try to join us next year when we're ready. We out of here. Later.
Peace.
Peace.
Peace.